I'm a water bottle.
I'm Malcolm.
I am a conductor being attacked by bees.
I'm a dinosaur.
And we're the Idiot Savants. And you're listening to Crazy Train of Thought on the Big Heads Media Podcast Network. Go to bigheadsmedia.com for more great podcasts.
Check a look.
Welcome, everybody, to Crazy Train of Thought, brought to you by the Idiot Savants. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are live from Savant Studios, and I am your host, Ryan Wolf. On today's episode, I have...
Malcolm.
Malcolm is here. Thank you for joining us, Malcolm.
Yes,
Glad
it's
to
a
have
pleasure.
you. Yeah.
Very much so.
How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm okay.
Good.
You had your coffee. You're all pepped, ready to go?
It was hot chocolate.
Pepto-Bismol?
Decaf.
Fucking hot chocolate.
Decaf hot chocolate.
Oh,
Decaf.
man.
What are you, 7?
Yeah.
Hot chocolate?
What are
You going to the
7?
gas station to get hot
Hey,
chocolate?
can you water down my
Yeah.
son's hot chocolate? He gets a little hyper when he gets sugar. Just put
Right.
some water in there.
Right. I actually do throw ice cubes in my coffee and
That's called a iced mocha?
no. Like a little bit to where it chills it, because I hate drinking a cup of coffee that like just, burns your mouth.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
drink warm
nonsense.
coffee, so
Do you drink
Yeah.
hot coffee?
no.
Oh,
I
okay.
drink cold coffee.
All right. Like, there's
Cold brew, baby.
Cold brew.
nothing like that lukewarm brew.
I mean, I'll drink at room temperature. I don't give a shit. Like, it doesn't have to be cold. It's just cold brewed, and I don't drink
Do you
it
mostly
hot.
have sugar and creamer in yours, or?
Nope. Just drink it black.
Good.
Good man.
All right, good.
I'm
That's how I start my morning.
Hell yeah.
Black. Mm.
Next.
Name's Sam.
Excuse me, who are you? How'd you get here?
Listen. I was told there wasn't going to be any sort of, like, vetting that happens here.
Well, you were told correctly.
Okay, good. I thought you were just letting anybody else in.
Yes, that
I've
is
got-
correct. I said I just unlocked my door and you showed up here, so...
You know what? Don't lock your door next time. What can I say? Put a lock on it. Oh, yeah. I figured out what I want to get a major for.
Next, though, we
Oh.
need Colin's input here.
Okay.
Colin Giffey.
Colin Giffey's
I was
here!
interrupted. I'm sad.
Sorry, Colin.
It's fine. I'll get over
Sam started to talk
I'm over
without
it. I'm over it already.
introducing
Don't
you.
even talk about it anymore. It's fine.
Do not speak unless spoken to.
It's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Oh my gosh. Stop asking.
Okay, go ahead.
Now back to me.
Sam, what do you want
I'm
to be?
sorry, Colin. I didn't mean to be selfish. I forgot how the show flowed.
Yeah.
No, I figured out what I want to get my major for. So I'm thinking about going back to school.
Okay.
And I figured out, like, I just want to learn how to hold a baby. So
Wait. Hold
You're gonna go to college to take a home ec?
yeah, I just want to know how to hold a baby. Somebody tell me.
Dude,
Someone
I have a
teach
niece.
me.
I have a niece, and we'll put some like mats down.
So when
Just in
she
case-
throws me,
just in case.
Wrestling
Yeah.
mats.
Yeah. So when she throws you,
I
honey,
think,
he
You'll
can't
be
breathe. He can't breathe.
So-
honey,
kids,
let Sam go.
like young kids, generally have like extra skin around their neck area. I think you just grab them by the back of the neck.
You're thinking of
And,
kittens.
oh.
Or that or
oh.
chickens. I don't know.
kittens,
Or
also
dogs.
Dogs do
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When they're
maybe it's
really little.
kittens.
Oh, but that brings me on the next point. I don't know how to hold out puppies too. Like puppies or something weird. I don't know if I feel weird touching their butt with my hand
Why would...
because it's
Why
like
would you
it's
touch
all
them?
Well,
warm
and they
skin.
might piss on you.
That
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah,
I've had that
all the
happen
time.
before.
Yeah.
Little
Other
baby
Ryan
puppies.
from Wands.
Yeah.
I was in his car and they had puppies and stuff just straight up peed in my lap.
In his car?
Yeah.
Why?
Yummy.
So just somebody let some puppies loose in his fucking car?
Dang it! I hate when I open up the windows and puppies fly in.
It's a shower of puppies.
Gotta lock my door in this neighborhood.
Shit, what am I gonna do with all these dogs?
Honestly,
They're gonna be dogs soon. I bet.
dog soup? Is that what you said?
How much
Dogs
you bet, though?
soon.
How much?
What's
we
it?
bet? How much we betting here?
Uh,
You gonna feed,
Oh, I bet they're gonna be
You gonna
dogs
feed my
soon.
gambling addiction? I will bet as much as you put down, buddy.
okay.
Are we doing dog fights now? What
Yeah.
the heck?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Michael Vick would be proud.
I don't get it.
On a scale of 1 to 10, though, how confident are you holding a baby?
I mean, Kennedy's 12 years younger than me, so pretty confident. I held her all the time when she was a kid.
She's like, Ryan, put me down. I'm 20. Put me down.
yeah, I mean, I had to help raise her when she was a kid, so I'm pretty confident in the baby holdingness.
So you're a 10, basically.
out of
10 out of 10.
yeah, okay, sure,
Solid.
yeah.
That's a solid baby holding.
Yeah.
I'd say about a 6 or 7. It's getting,
like,
more used to it.
The
This past Sunday, I was with my niece and I was holding her, and I was like, I feel like I'm doing something wrong. This is so uncomfortable. And like, she's super heavy now. So like, after a minute, I'm like, all right, you're going back to your dad.
Release me.
You're going back to your dad because I cannot do this anymore. Seriously, how I felt. I'm like, okay, my holding baby days are done.
Yeah.
Until the twins arrive, I'm not holding any babies.
Then you're gonna have to
Yeah, then I'm going to
double
arm
handle
it.
it. Like,
Man,
Jeez.
Christ. Yeah, good luck with that, Colin. I'm
Yeah.
glad you're not their dad.
I'm glad I'm not a dad.
Malcolm is a dad, so I'm sure he knows
but
how to
he's-
hold Babby, yeah? Unless
No,
he's
he
a
doesn't.
Viking.
Well, what do you got? Say your input.
take care of it.
Unless he's a Viking.
this baby and I need to go to war.
Yeah, he just grew his beard out and the baby just holds on.
He went to war. He went to war as soon as
Handlebars.
Any baby of mine that can't hold its own body weight doesn't deserve.
he went to war as soon as he found out she was pregnant. He's like, all right, I got to go back to war.
Baby's doing pull-ups.
I'll see you when you grow up, buddy.
so Malachi's gonna be 5. So I'm assuming I did okay.
What's
Just
you're heading back
KDR.
home from Iran, correct?
What? I missed that part.
You went to war.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Bad joke. Cut it out.
So,
What's your
okay.
baby's power max?
Huh? Jeez. Okay.
I think Malcolm's just confused in what we're saying.
Yeah.
We need to give him a break and just let him talk. Go ahead, Malcolm.
Go ahead.
So yeah, baby holding.
Do you have any tips for Sam?
Yeah, I need some
holding
help.
babies.
Just make sure like you're aware of your surroundings.
Oh,
and-
okay. That's actually no. It's a good
No,
point.
no,
That's
no.
a good
Like
bad.
seriously,
That's not
like
bad, like-
anytime, like because my
there are
uh,
logs sometimes, and you've got to avoid the logs.
Or you gotta
I have
roll
a
on
niece.
them.
She's
a
only a few
cartoon.
months old
Okay.
now, and like anytime at church when they're like, "Hey, you want to hold her?" I'm like immediately looking around to see like who's gonna be in my area when I'm walking. So
Just
Oh,
in
I
case
thought
that-
you were like,
I'm
does
gonna-
anybody else want to? I don't really. Okay,
I
yeah,
gotta go to
I'm
the
only
bathroom.
one
I can't
here,
be doing this right
so
now.
I guess I'll hold it.
nah.
Just in case the Hamburglar's around. He's looking at, like, or like Swiper the Fox. Nobody's
I'm
gonna
very,
steal this baby's rattle.
I don't know.
I imagine you're confident.
Yeah, I'm a 10. Like
Okay,
I'm fine.
See-
all right.
Like I'm completely I don't know. Sometimes when I see like other people holding babies and I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Like you gotta support the net.
Baby
You
doesn't
gotta-
have any money on it. What the heck?
you gotta
For
gotta
me,
protect it.
for me, it's a 2. Like I've got
Yeah?
2 points, so I have enough strength to hold the baby off the ground.
Okay.
That means I can hold the baby physically. 2.
What age are we talking about? Like
a
old
baby.
enough to keep its head up?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
there are, at a certain
Yeah,
age,
and that's number
you've gotta-
2. That's number 2. I can keep the baby's head up
Okay.
with my arm, maybe. Like, I don't even know how I'm supposed to do it. But I keep the baby's head up. Otherwise, the baby's looking at me. The baby is uncomfortable because it's looking at me like, give me to someone else. You obviously don't know what you're doing.
Right.
Give me to someone else right now or I'm going to start crying my head off. Because they do it. They give you like that little eye look, the side eye. And like
They know you're incompetent.
they know I'm an amateur, yeah.
Absolutely.
Probably not smiling while you're.
You're probably never going to have kids, are you?
I never
I can
smile.
tell.
You should smile at them.
Who's Adam?
That was a serious question. God damn it.
No, as they get older though, and they get heavier, like that sucks. Like holding them through the store and stuff, like
40
literally,
pounds,
like
yeah.
well, later at night and stuff, like you have like a lot of chest pain, and you're like, God bless it, I shouldn't have been eating all those sugary.
Well, no,
shit,
you're
all
not
this shit.
supposed to breastfeed, Malcolm. That's your wife.
No. Like I have chest pain in the center
The milk
here.
must be
Oh,
sweet.
not
I must
on the
eat more
sides.
sweets.
Gotcha.
I must avoid, all this time they told me not to eat carbs and greased up food and.
This one tastes like you got into an
Okay,
onion
it's my
patch.
final. I start playing Final Countdown.
It's the final countdown.
I'm pretty sure that's copyrighted.
I'm
We
sorry.
Can't really do that.
Cut that out.
Yeah, we can sing it all we want.
We're not even
but
allowed to count down at this point.
Yeah,
Like, I'm
yeah.
pretty sure
That's-
Harley
that's
took
Not
it.
at the end. We can't count down because that would be
Copyrighted.
countdown at the beginning. Though it's beginning countdown. Then
I always thought
we talking
countdown.
about?
I mean, countdowns can go for the beginning and the end. It's like the start and the end.
you're the start and the end.
Hey, thanks.
What?
Okay, Sam,
Yeah.
you played the Outer Worlds.
God.
Did.
So, yeah.
Again, very easy. Very easy, I might add.
So you said for some reason today you were early. I don't know how that even fucking
Yeah,
happened.
so I had to
You
run
texted
down-
me and you were like, "Hey, I'm in the area. Can I come over early?" And I thought, "Is this Colin?" But no, it was you.
Yeah, I was just like.
And so I fired up the
bopping
Outer
around.
Worlds and made sure that you were able to play it when you got here.
Yeah, I got here at like around. I only got like an hour and a half of gameplay. Would you say
Yeah.
around that? Around so. Honestly, really like. It. I mean, it is made by Obsidian, so I guess it wouldn't be too far fetched to say a little bit of a Fallout vibe.
Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, other than that, game too easy. What can I say?
Well, what did you put it on? Because I put it on the select screen for the difficulty.
Yeah, I
what-
left it on normal.
Just left it on normal.
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought about going to Supernova, but I was like, I don't know enough about this game to really keep myself alive yet.
Yeah.
So I was thinking like, there's probably like I want to get a good foot in the game before like I know okay this is where you get food. I can't just like to get all your skills attributed. It's like the first time I played Oblivion and I was an Argonian knight like sneak thief mage.
Yeah.
You can't be all at once. You need to
No.
specialize.
Right.
And so that's what I was looking forward to do. I mean, I don't know how often I'm going to be over here playing, but I at least wanted to get like a good idea of how I'm going to specialize so I can like fully optimize my character for Supernova.
Okay. Now, did you which way did you spec your character?
I spec'd him more in his strength, and I for some reason I really like the determination thing.
Okay.
I think there was something to do with that about health regen. Is that correct?
I think so.
Yeah.
If I remember right. Yeah.
So I spec'd my character a lot in strength, or no, 1 in strength, and then 1 in. I was a different one. I forget which one it was. I guess it must not be even that good because it didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And then in determination, I put all of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
So yeah, honestly, my guy is a melee character that just runs around slashing people, and his health regenerates just like faster than you can kill him. So I mean, I did die 2 or 3 times. I think Malcolm watched me die a couple times, but I've gone into some places where Malcolm's like, nah, I don't think you're gonna be able to do this right
There's
now.
like 20 people in that area that you were trying to like
I
barge
killed
into.
them all.
Well, when I
With a
was
knife.
setting up the equipment while you were playing, and I walked upstairs, and you were already to the point where you were like into the ship, and I was like, man, did you make it through all those people that were guarding the ship already?
There was only like 3 of them.
Well,
And actually,
I had some difficulty.
Well, you had a
if
gun.
you
I did have
if
a
you
gun,
actually hang
correct.
back the Spacer's Choice.
Yeah, I sent those guys in before me, and I still was like had a little bit of a.
You can
trouble.
send them in.
Like they go like if you have a conversation with them
Oh.
and
Yeah.
stuff, they like, all right, let's go get these marauders, and then they take off. And in my playthrough, they actually like killed them all for me, so it's like cool.
Honestly,
What? No, they fucking died in my playthrough, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, I knew they were trouble the moment I set eyes on them. They're gonna try to tell me what to do, and
You
so I
mean
just
you
didn't
knew
talk
they
to them.
were trouble when they walked
I was
in?
just about to do that,
Oh,
but
yeah,
I
you
didn't
should've-
unmute
Shame
my
on
mic fast
you.
enough.
Shame on you now. It's copyright. We can't do that.
We can sing it. We can sing Taylor Swift all fucking day.
Yeah.
Good.
And I mean, if we get copyrighted, maybe she'll notice us.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll like personally flag us.
Give us free tickets to her show.
That'd be cool.
Thank you for stealing my content. Come listen to mine.
Last week I stayed here and I
I
was like-
co-wrote this song, Taylor.
last week I stayed here and I was wondering if Ryan was up yet, and I walked by his room and I just heard T Swift being blared, and I was like, oh
Oh
boy.
no.
Yep, I'm up.
Actually, you're in a trance, probably.
Well, I didn't know if you like listen to Taylor Swift as you sleep, because that's like kind of a genre that you wouldn't really want to
No,
fall asleep listening to.
No, it gets.
Or listen to.
Okay.
Wrong.
Back me up.
You take that back, you sumbitch.
Oh, look what you made me do.
Okay.
Look what you
So-
made me do.
In light of what you've played
Stupid.
so far for the Outer Worlds,
Yeah.
how do you like it so far?
I think I need to get used to the mechanics. I like the way it moves so much. I really like sprinting around, honestly, like zipping and spinning. And apparently you can get a lot faster, too.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to zip around some more, honestly. Like, really zippy. Dialogue's a little hard. For me, I do like that I can't hear my character talk. Big plus.
Yep, for sure.
But it seems like, for me, it's just a little clunky. Like, I'm trying to get through the dialogue, and I don't care about what they're saying. For some reason, it just wasn't getting my attention. And so I was just trying to skip, and I kept pressing the wrong buttons. Between, like, A and X, usually it should just be A. If you want to skip, just keep mashing A, right? But it's like A, all right, now X to, like, skip the dialogue, and then press A to select. I was getting all mismatched.
Yeah.
And it was not, dialogue's not strong for me.
And then you were selecting piss off as your dialogue.
Yeah, honestly, that's what my character I'm going for. Like, I'm good at. Oh, can you get bounties in that game?
You know, you asked me that while I was down here, and I yelled the answer to you.
I
and
couldn't
didn't
hear
me.
you.
I have not gotten a bounty, so I am not sure. I don't think so, but Malcolm may be able to answer that
You can
better
hunt
than I can.
people that have a bounty,
But you can't get
I don't
bounties
think-
yourself.
I don't think that, because I've like accidentally taken a shovel, and they were like, "Hey," and then they have a conversation with you,
Give me that back, you dig?
and then like usually there's an option to be like, "Oh, I was just leaving," and then they're like, "Okay," and then they go back to doing their thing. So I haven't noticed a bounty system, and then or if like it's a certain area, or like depending on where you're at, if you take something, they're just like instantly shoot on sight.
Oh, that's lame.
So I haven't noticed.
Well, I had wondered a little bit about that. I think I asked you off air, Malcolm, whether or not you could sell your stolen goods, because I was having trouble deciding whether or not the stolen goods were even in my inventory, because it doesn't, like in Skyrim and Oblivion, Fallout, it separates the stolen goods from the regular goods, and in Oblivion and Skyrim, you can only sell the stolen goods to a fence.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
I was a little bit concerned, like, do I, is it in my inventory? Can I only break it down? Can I not sell it? I don't know. And I still don't know the fucking answer. I played 15 hours of this game, and I don't know.
Pretty sure like you can. I don't think it differentiates. Like I don't think it
Okay,
marks
so it
it.
just pops up in your inventory.
Yeah, I think it only like notifies you that, hey, this is not yours. So if you take it, like there's consequence. There's got to be a bounty system as I'm thinking about this.
I really want to be a space pirate. I want to be a space pirate so
Arr.
bad. Yeah, I want a bounty, and I want people to hunt me down and try to like chase me while run away or like fight them like a space pirate.
I think that'd be cool DLC too, if like you could have like space battles too. And that would be
yeah.
so awesome.
Get a crew.
Because like I think that it's cool when you're in your ship and you're going from different parts of the Halcyon. The display of like space and like meteors and the planets that you're looking at, I think all that's really neat.
Yeah.
But I would just like to see more like of like that part, like not just like, hey, you can go from one area to another. Like there actually be like the first
don't say
cut
No
scene.
Man's Sky. Oh, like
Cutscene where like he's
he initiates
pulling
the
you
warp drive.
Yeah.
and yeah.
things like that.
That
I
would
think
be nice. That's a big DLC though.
Oh, I know.
That's a big one.
Yeah. But that'd be, man, I would pay extra for that. Like that just sounds fun. Like, and then you damage a ship so much that you could board it and like
Oh, that's so cool.
loot it.
That'd be so cool.
It just reminds me of like
that might make me buy the game. If that happened.
to then purchase the DLC.
I probably will buy the
Sam
game.
buying a game? What?
Dude, games are expensive.
You think
They
you're
are.
going to buy this game?
That's a possibility, depending on how this playthrough goes.
Do it.
It's just there's so many games coming out, and if you buy them all, you're broke.
You gotta buy them all, man. Nope.
Well, I was just looking here. So this game was made in Unreal Engine, and I was checking to see if they would run into any issues like, because previously, like, Bethesda owns the engine for Fallout.
with vehicles is what
Right.
you mean.
Is there a problem with using vehicles in Unreal Engine? And I thought maybe they'd have some trouble putting vehicles in, because if you haven't run across, like, the way Unreal Engine works is like they'll put up, people who use the Unreal Engine to develop games will put up into a cloud server and say, okay, here's the thing that I built for my game where people fight or whatever. And then people can pull that down and you know, you can put it up there as freeware basically. And that's one of the nice things is that so many games use the Unreal Engine and there's a lot of resources available
They
for
can pull from
use.
a lot of experience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why BioWare was using their own engine for Mass Effect, but that's why they had a huge problem switching to Frostbite, was because none of that stuff for their games was built. They had to build it themselves.
Wait, and you're telling me that this game Outer Worlds is made with the Unreal? Mm-hmm. Whoa.
So it would be Epic Games game engine, Unreal Engine.
All right.
And so I just typed in a list here, you know, games made with Unreal Engine 3, and I'm pretty sure we're on Unreal Engine 4, but there's been MMOs, there's been combat flight simulators,
Oh yeah.
adventure games, action role-playing, shooters, open worlds.
It would just take a lot of time. though.
So yeah, there have definitely been some games with vehicle, like Arkham City is an Unreal Engine game, and there's definitely vehicle combat
Is it really?
in that game. Yeah, you get to drive the Batmobile.
But only in the street.
I'm still stuck
Well,
on the space
right.
thing. Imagine you like obliterate their ship, but parts of it are still there, so you can go in there, but it's all opened up, so you're in your own
like
spaceship.
some zero
and so you're like,
gravity stuff.
yeah, and you're like looting, and there's
Ooh.
some like maybe they have raptidons on there that are, you know.
So
for whatever reason.
Everspace was built with the Unreal Engine. So I'm absolutely sure there's space combat already
my
built for the
gosh.
Unreal Engine.
Dude,
Can't wait, dude.
that's kind of cool.
Space
So,
pirates.
but I'm with you, Sam. I'm with Sam. It would take a lot for them to include that, and they thus far have said nothing about DLC for this game. Now, I can't imagine this game won't get DLC, and one of the things with games coming to Game Pass has been, I don't know if you've noticed this, Malcolm, but games on Game Pass will often get DLC sales. So what Microsoft and I guess game publishers are wanting you to do is play the game on Game Pass, and then maybe you'll spend some money on the DLC because you're already invested in the game. Now, I've seen up to a 30% discount on DLC for games on Game Pass, which I think is cool, and I hope they keep doing that kind of stuff, but as long as The Outer Worlds is a game that's going to stay on Game Pass and never leave, then I would not have a problem buying DLC for it. Like Gears 5 is never going to leave Game Pass because it's a Microsoft property. So if they... Like, I have trouble buying DLC for a game that I might not be able to play again in the future. You know what I'm saying? Did
Microsoft buy Obsidian?
Microsoft owns Obsidian, and Obsidian owns The Outer Worlds, as far as I understand it. But The Outer Worlds was not published by Microsoft. It was published by Private Division, which is Ubisoft's indie arm, basically. So it's technically, it's either Ubisoft or Take-Two that owns Private Division. So it was not published by Microsoft, but Microsoft still might own it as a franchise, having bought Obsidian. I'm not sure where that works out. So that's cool. I would love to see The Outer Worlds get some DLC. That'd be awesome. I think this game could... Now, this is coming from somebody who put all of 10 hours into it so far.
Is it?
I'm not saying it needs DLC. I'm saying that would be awesome to just have more of this style of game to play.
You're like 10 hours into the game. You're like, yeah, I'm
Right.
ready for something new.
God damn it, come on.
Malcolm, you beat the game. It seems like a relatively short game if you're on your second playthrough. Is it a pretty small game then, or like?
I mean, if you like, I maxed or like was maxing out the sprint and everything too to like go everywhere. Plus, in regular the standard mode, you can actually what do you call it? You can fast travel everywhere. So like as soon as you visit a place, you can fast travel. So I just main quested like all the main missions.
So it would be easy to stream right through it.
Yeah, and that was only 15 hours. I had like a little bit of side missions in the beginning, but I wasn't like trying to get too much wrapped up into that. So just because I wanted to see how long it took to do the main mission. So.
And Malcolm's been making some pretty good tip videos and putting them up on our YouTube account. If you have some questions about the Outer Worlds or you want to see some of the gameplay and stuff like that, Malcolm's got some voiceover clips on our YouTube account. Just Google The Idiot Savants YouTube and it should pull up. Some of them doing pretty well for you, Malcolm.
Yeah.
One's got like 50 views.
Man.
That's a lot.
Could be 51 with you.
Nah. And then like we have another video that will be adding up. It'll probably be up before this comes out.
Okay.
But it's just instead of, because I was trying to think of like different videos to make, and I just last night decided to record the game and do some voiceover, and just as things came up, I included like little tidbits like, okay, is this worth scrapping, or do you take it to a vendor? Like at which, and then how long do you hold on to weapons? Because I'm at on the second playthrough, I'm up to level 12.
Okay.
And there's some weapons that are like level 3, level 2. Those aren't worth tinkering with to try to level up, and you don't get much for those. So it's better just to scrap them for parts. Also, if you get your engineering up, this is also pretty cool. When you break down weapons, you can actually you have a chance of pulling a upgrade from the weapon.
No way.
Yeah, so you can add that to your weapons like modification pack, which is really cool. I figured out that's how I actually got that achievement for selling 10,000 bits. I just had a bunch of those like modifications left at the end of it, so when I sold all those, it like tallied up. Yeah, because those are like anywhere. Some of those were like $60 or $70 or bits.
Right. Caps. We'll just call them caps.
Caps per Yep. That came on the Earth Decorate or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wait, bits are money?
Yeah, that's what they call it, bits.
Because I've been picking up stuff randomly. Like I've been picking up literally everything, not knowing what anything is. It's like, what is this? Like a pack? I don't know what that is. It's like a circle glowy thing that I've been picking up. It's like it looks like a bunt cake is what it looks like. A glowy bunt cake.
Oh, those are lockpicks, essentially.
I don't need those.
You do.
What game has lockpicks and you never need them?
Yeah.
Like
When I was
Skyrim,
playing
dude?
Fallout, I legit wanted to pick up bobby pins in real life.
If you
Like I had, every time I'd see a bobby pin
You're like,
on
"Ooh."
Rachel's like vanity, I'm like, do I need that? Like just half a second, like not even consciously asking myself that, but
Dude,
just like,
what is real life?
should I grab that? When I was playing Fallout 4 and Fallout 3 for that matter. Yeah,
Same thing
what is
with
real
me,
life? I
but
don't
for
know.
bottle caps, when I hear them clink together, it's like, ooh.
Oh,
Satisfactory.
fucking music.
Yeah, it really is, honestly. What is up with that sound? It sounds so good.
I don't know. Fucking A.
Yummy.
Cortana.
Another-
play bottle
No,
cap
don't.
song.
Please don't.
If
summon
we're-
her.
Is she
Still on
actually
it.
hearing? No!
Ah, damn it.
wow.
Yep, it's snowing
I was
because
trying-
it's Indiana and it's fucking wintertime.
I was trying to think.
Thank you,
Cortana.
Thank you,
I was
Cortana.
trying to think, do you have Alexa or is it like something? I tried to pick whichever one I thought it wasn't.
Okay.
Dang it.
Well, we're going to take a break here. We will be right back after these messages from our sponsors. Just kidding. We don't have any sponsors.
Be your sponsor.
All right, we're back from break, everybody. Malcolm, you've got a little bit more to say about the Outer Worlds before we move on. Tell us about the companions, please.
So the first playthrough didn't really talk too much to the companions.
Okay.
I got time
like
for you.
yeah, exactly. Like choosing those like lines of the story, just being like, okay, we can talk about this later. but just in the second part, like anytime they say, hey, can I talk to you about something, like, and listening to them and then actually going through and completing whatever it is, like, no matter how, like, silly it is, like, it's been kind of cool.
The first time through, they were like, hey, can I talk to you about something? And you were like, fuck no.
Basically.
No, you can't. I don't give a shit about you. Just shoot some shit.
Right.
Hey, look, listen.
And so
for real, though,
a
it's
couple
a
of
no.
characters, like, their outcome in the first playthrough, just already, like, in the second part is going to be, like, totally different, because there's just decisions that or things that they want to do, or, like, people that they want to interact with, and you kind of, like, I feel like their mentor during this, like, Pravati, like, she has feelings for, like, a certain character that you meet, and it's kind of neat to, you know, help her along. Like, at one point we're at the bar, just having some drinks, and she's venting about, like, so-and-so that she's
Going
interested.
somewhere.
She likes you. Or no, the other.
Did you take her out on a date, Malcolm?
No, like, this was to...
Would you like to go to the bar with?
Is that an option in the game?
No, I don't
No.
think you can.
I'm not playing it.
Like, there was a line
Outer
at one
Worlds
point.
dating sim.
I like relationship role play. Okay.
There was a line in there that said, like,
That's why
oh, you don't
can't get a
mean
girlfriend.
there was a line in there that said, like, oh, you don't mean me.
Where it hurts, man.
They're not even listening.
Okay.
Sorry,
continue.
I'm sorry.
Continue. They don't even
Too
care.
busy joking.
Call
Go
of
ahead.
Duty.
Sorry. No. I want to know
Keep
about the
going.
line.
Okay. Where you can, like, suggest to her, like, oh, what about, you know, me? Like, do you not care about me?
Yeah. No, I
And-
mean, in these games, traditionally, you'd have romance options. Not in Bethesda games so much, but in BioWare's games, for sure.
Yeah. And
goes,
so...
But you can,
Sugoi, not
sleep with people in Fallout 4.
Yeah, yeah. There's relationship trees for sure.
There is.
They're all garbage though.
I mean,
Oh, garbage.
I did.
What does that even mean? Like, what are you
was the
rating?
journalist's name?
Like, oh, Piper.
Piper.
then
Yeah,
you've
she
got-
was my emotional companion.
literally falls in love with the first girl he meets in Fallout 4.
Yep. Story of my life.
part of the
main story. I like you.
I thought she was cute. Whatever.
No,
Rachel walks in.
Oh,
Blam, throws
honestly,
the controller.
I don't know. This is Malcolm's game. I don't know what's going on here.
there are more vehicles.
Ryan, we talked about this.
more vehicles in Fallout 4 than there are attractive looking people in Fallout 4.
Damn.
Yeah.
You don't have a thing for robots, huh?
No, I have a thing for synths.
Oh,
They're not robots.
Sure.
They're people.
Yeah, they're not. Go ahead, Malcolm. You can romance or no romance.
So there's this line.
I don't think you can romance.
Oh, come on.
Not buying.
But you can help your companions
Do not
find
buy.
their...
There's a word for
That's-
that. There's a word for that.
Yeah, you're trying to be a
You're a pimp.
a
No.
mentor.
Starts with-
That's how I
starts
saw it
with a
as, like,
C.
you're...
a
Starts with another word. Lex is a U.
Cool.
wingman is what it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure.
A wingman. You're a wingman.
So I'll be interested to see
Okay.
how the other companions like stories play out
Yeah.
and what you can do.
Well, I thought your video that you put up on the YouTube, just like showing the differences on the YouTube account. Fuck you guys.
You boomer.
Fuck you. I knew that was going to come up at
not the
some
word.
point.
I got it
You
in the
son of
pod.
a
You
bitch.
boomer.
Damn
All right,
it.
Good enough.
That's not the word I was trying to think of.
What? Wingman?
I thought that the video you put up on the YouTube account for the Idiot Savants, Colin, fuckhead,
So triggered.
that showed the differences whether or not you have a certain companion with you was a good idea.
Yeah.
Like that's
Dude,
cool
I
to
bet
see
he
those
drinks his coffee
differences.
black like a boomer. Doesn't have time for creamer.
You want to add me
I
on
don't,
the
some,
Facebook?
most is gonna have to get cut out. Like I'm trying to have a conversation with you.
Sorry.
Right.
We'll cut it
Continue.
out. We'll
Sorry.
cut it out.
We'll
Keep
cut that
going.
part out. Okay, yeah.
So, I thought that the video that you put up of the differences between whether or not you have a certain companion with you was a good idea. Can you think of any more examples other than the one that you put on our YouTube account, or
So far, just one. In the
Okay.
second playthrough, I haven't like in the first playthrough, it was mainly just Pravati, and then the Nikio, I think is her name.
Okay.
She has the big ass machine gun, and then Pravati had the melee hammer for their like special attack that you can ask them to do
Right.
in game. So far this playthrough, I haven't been bringing the companions with me because I don't want them to die.
Well,
So they've just been they did like
good point.
Anytime I do, like, I don't even know how I'm gonna get Nikio through, because on Monarch, like, that was like hell ridden with Raptidons and just a bunch of enemies that you gotta fight your way through. And I'm not sure how that's gonna work.
Isn't that kind of an oxymoronic like concept? So like your companions die permanently, so you don't want to use them because then they'll die. But then what's the point of having companions if you don't use them?
I know.
They might as well be dead.
Yeah.
Kill your,
No, they.
kill your companions.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, kill your companions.
Right. It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice.
Not just the men, but the women and the children too.
Oh my God.
They're
Thank you,
animals.
Anakin.
You can become Anakin Skywalker in
Sam?
Outer Worlds.
There's a companion named Sam.
Hey.
He is a Spacer's Choice certified machine
Samwise
washing
Gamgee.
unit.
He's just a machine?
Yeah.
Does he
He's
stay
made.
on the ship? Because I have not gotten this companion yet.
It's a
Yeah, you
robot
have to-
made.
You have to install like some acid steeper in order to activate him.
Oh, of course. The
Yeah,
acid
give him
steeper.
some acid.
I think
he'll-
it's
he'll get
located
going.
on Terra 2 at the Roseway
Man,
landing pad.
there's so much more to see in this game, and
Dude.
you keep telling me to move on, Malcolm, and I'm stuck. No, I'm not stuck, but like I'm stuck on specifically finishing everything there is to do before I leave that planet. And you told me to go, and like from what you're saying, it sounds like there's a lot that I'm missing out on by not moving away from this planet.
Are you still on the first planet?
Yes.
Heck yeah.
I have not made the decision to... There's a choice that you have to make between two factions on the beginning planet.
Ooh.
And-
one of them's evil, one of them's good, I'm sure. Right?
Now,
Yeah,
hold on a second. He says
basically.
two. It's not just two, all right?
It's 1.5.
Well, there's at least one main choice to make.
You think that there's two choices, like you have to decide, but there's actually...
That sounds like a spoiler alert.
Join Team Rocket.
No.
Spoiler.
Team Rocket.
Is it really? Would you say that's a spoiler?
A little bit. I don't know. There's more.
It's more of a it's more of a
outside-
hint. It's a hint.
Think outside.
Yeah, think outside the box, bud.
I can only think within the one planet I'm at.
You don't
Malcolm.
have to go like this or this. You could be like...
What in the world?
I don't know
Explain
what that
that
means.
to
We're
the
all in
to the
this
listeners.
Yeah, to the
together.
listeners.
They could see it.
They
We're-
get
No, they
the
can't.
middle fingers all around. I'm not sure.
Middle fingers.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you can either go like I don't like you or I don't like you and go neither, or you can go like I want you and not you, or it can go I want you and not you, or you could say I want both of you.
Wait, my choice can be neither?
I'm confused.
Because that's where I'm at. I want
So
everything for myself.
honestly,
Yeah.
that's kind of like what I want my character to be. Is like honestly just not having to affiliate, just get in there. I'm gonna mess
Ooh.
stuff up. I'm gonna take the horse by the reins and crash it into a wall.
So you have an option to turn in Phineas Wells, too.
Okay? Yeah.
And I thought that would just be as simple as like talking to somebody from the board and being like, yeah, I know where he's at, yada, yada, yada. It's actually not. It's pretty long, drawn out process to turn him in.
Dennis is the guy from the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was actually like surprised. I thought it would just be like as simple, but like it's almost like, no, if you're going to do this as a choice of action, like you're committed to turning him into the to the
Gotcha.
board, and it's like, wow.
At any point, though, I assume you can stop those actions?
See,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
my
Okay.
favorite thing. That is
Yeah.
my favorite thing is when like you totally defy like a story tree, like a story line, right? And you completely divert from it. So one of my favorite things to do in like say Skyrim is like you got the Daedric princes and stuff like that.
Yep.
And the Daedric princes would be like, my champion, yes. And I'd be like, screw you. I'm gonna do all this stuff. And last second I'd be like, nah, I'm gonna keep this cool loot I just found.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, no.
Well, no, and that's what I did basically. I went through. I'm trying to so you have to get the seal back for one of the board members to like get some documentation right, and it costs you quite a bit of bits in order to get that back.
Okay.
And so I'm just trying to do that particular side mission for that main mission in order to just get the 8,000 bits and not spend it. And so then I'm going to proceed with not turning him in.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So you're maximizing profit for your character.
Right.
Because you already know what happens in that particular storyline.
And originally I wasn't going to, I wasn't thinking that way. But then when I saw the both options there, I was like, well, shoot, I might as well get the 10,000 for the original main quest and the 8,000 for the other quest, and just like pick, like I don't have to do both.
Right.
I can just keep the bits that I earned from doing that and then use that to tinker with weapons, like especially maxing out like the tactical shotgun, so that way people go flying. I actually want to try that now with like just seeing you play with the melee.
Yeah. I want to see how far swords can get too.
And just, I mean, even in yours, like you're not that high of level, and like you were whacking people's heads off.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Awesome.
Dude, yeah. So cool.
That's my favorite part about Melee, is that it's a lot of the games that you play now are mainly shooters, and like Melee is like, well, you can do Melee, but it's stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically what it is. It's like, don't bother with Melee. And so when you go Melee only, it's like a whole nother game. It's a whole nother game. It's like finding something like pathetic and useless and like completely turning it on its head and like making it like your own thing that you make really smart. So for instance, like they think nobody's gonna use Melee, so they add like this stagger thing in it, and I think there's a little bit of like a stun effect in Outer Worlds when you hit with Melee. It seems like Melee, they're kind of like, oh, you can use Melee a little bit, since it's like one of the first two options in your like skill tree. But like especially in Fallout, they're like, you're probably not going to use it, but like you can kind of like use it to your advantage, where you like kind of like strafe around them and then stun them and like get out of the range of shot, and they can't aim fast enough to hit you, so you just kind of like strife. Was strife is the right word? It's like a strafe is something else.
Yeah,
that's hardship.
Yeah, you don't have any strife in your life, Sam.
Dude, take the
Strafing,
strife out
though.
my life. Yeah, strafing is fun in that game, and it works very well. I'm excited to take Melee to the next level, because I'm a gamer, and that's what gamers do.
And they have some pretty different, cool different weapons in there.
You
like
just said
from
last week you weren't a gamer.
I'm a gamer.
He became a gamer in 1 week.
Yeah. An hour and a half with Outer Worlds. He's like, yeah, I guess I'm a gamer.
Right.
You sold me, you sons of bitches.
No, but yeah, they have different, like a variety of different weapons for Melee. Even just the like different. There's like a toss ball with like an electrical like shock to it every time you hit somebody with that. Like what's
the deal with like two-handed and one-handed? Why do they always got to do this where one-handed is so much superior because it's so much faster, than two-handed's like does a little bit more damage, but it's so slow?
I think if you play with the workbench and modify, like, and tinker with it, like you can get more bang for your hit.
DPS is what I'm looking for, essentially.
Yeah, and even effects too. And if you actually turn up your determination or leadership, or it's just determination. Like you can actually throw off your guys' character or enemies when you hit them. Like they'll actually like be stunned for like 5 seconds, like drop their weapon, and so if you keep leveling
that's
up,
all I want. I want to be a terrifying space pirate that makes people
and maybe I think I misspoke. It might be intimidation. Like if you get that, but one of those two, I think they kind of both play a little bit apart. The only other thing that I thought was kind of interesting, I was watching they have different builds on there, and the one thing that was I thought was most beneficial as far as like being most bang for your buck is making sure that when you do that build in the beginning is to just assign, you get 6 points to choose in each of those categories. Just assign one to each of them,
really,
so that you're
boring.
Yeah, that doesn't give you any cool stats in the beginning.
I didn't think that it was that good when I was listening to it, and then I'm like, but then later on in the video, he was talking about it sets you at 12 for all 3 points in each of the categories, so that while you're leveling up, you don't have like 8 and then 10 or 12, because once you get to 50 in that category, you're no longer gaining points for the other two that are at 50. You're only adding 1 point to that.
This isn't a math cast.
Yeah, this is not a math podcast.
Well, okay, it made sense to me. Like, it was like basically you're wasting your your skill points when you're leveling up, because
So, because when you get to 50, the one that's at 50 is no longer leveling up unless you specifically assign it to that one.
right. And so
Okay.
if you get and the other two, I think you got to have 2 out of the 3 at 50 before it releases it. To where you can only
Releases it.
to where it only, because or maybe that's just a thing with Supernova where you have to have all 3 of them.
It could be. I know what you're saying with the different points, but I don't know how they relate to one another in terms of the leveling up, because I don't have any that are at 50. So I'm not really there yet at this time.
Yeah, can't relate, bud.
Sorry.
I should go back to my one save, because there's a bench in your ship where you can reallocate your points, and so like it'll take all your points and then you can reassign them, and that'd be kind of cool just to see the effects of leveling up to 100 in certain categories.
Wait, is there a level cap?
100.
Oh, just you mean like for each skill?
Oh, level cap. I don't. So I don't know if there is, because in the first
Haven't played
playthrough,
that long, probably.
yeah, in the first playthrough, I was only at level 20.
Oh,
For the main quest, and this playthrough, I'm at level 14, and I'm not even like into the third world yet. So
that probably goes higher than 20, unless it's like
TBD.
the last Obsidian game.
Which
Was
there
New Vegas.
was not a level cap.
There was a level cap in New
Okay.
Vegas. There was level 20, and then you're done. It's like,
okay, yeah, it doesn't stop at 20 at least. Like I think I was 22 or something.
okay.
Okay.
I look forward to playing it again.
Good.
Are you gonna get Game Pass on PC then, Sam? Are you sold yet?
How much is Game Pass?
$10 a month.
Oh,
So at least play it for a couple months. And then
But
we
you can get the
That's
free
true.
trial,
Yeah, yeah.
which is worth it. in
That's
my
true. You can
opinion.
get a 1-month free trial.
that's true. Except, yeah. I'll find some time.
Yeah.
time. Maybe I'll buy the Game Pass. I'll get the free trial.
Yeah.
We talked about this last time.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes,
you can
we did.
get 6 months worth of Game Pass for the price of the game, essentially 7 months if you count the free trial.
Mm-hmm.
So you could either buy it for $60 or,
But then no more games.
well, yeah. And Game Pass has a bunch
how
of
it
games
works.
that you could potentially try.
Let's be honest. You're only playing one game until you're done, and then you move on to the next game.
It would be your introduction to being a gamer if you got
Yeah.
Game Pass.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
I
Yes.
have at least 3 hours in Skyrim. Okay?
Oh my
I'm
God.
a gamer.
Oh man.
All right, let's move on from the Outer Worlds. Colin,
Yeah.
you played a little bit of Call of Duty.
Yeah, I've been playing some Call of Duty here and there.
You
Call of
wanted to talk
Duty-
about some updates.
Yeah, they just
right?
had a update because they had a lot of people complaining about the OP shotgun. known as the
Yeah.
Now-
725.
Wait, the game was perfect the way it was before.
I watched some of the funniest videos I've ever fucking seen.
Was it Donkey?
Yeah.
Donkey, yeah.
Fucking great.
See, this is how you win the game.
This is how you win the game.
He's fucking sniping people. I could put an ACOG on a shotgun.
Oh my gosh.
Very funny guy.
But
I mean, in reality, that's kind of like shotguns do have like a lot more range than in video games.
oh yeah,
I don't know.
it's true.
Okay.
But
I can't vouch for that. But.
it's a for those of you who don't know, it's a double barrel shotgun, and people basically made it a OP sniper rifle
Which
where
is
they
spread,
could where they could. If you aim down sights, the range is absolutely insane. You can basically put a sniper scope on it.
He's like
and scope
halfway
people.
across the
Yeah,
map,
halfway
fucking
across the map,
popping
just-
people.
yeah.
One shot.
One shot. It's insane. I'm not gonna lie. I main this weapon.
Oh my goodness.
Well, mainly while
Oh no. What
I
are you
don't
gonna
use
do
the
here?
You're
range.
one of them.
You're
You're
gonna
part of the problem,
Hey,
Colin.
now,
You're
hey,
gonna
now.
suck
You son
at
of a
games
bitch.
now.
Hey, calm down, Boomer. We gotta think about this a little bit.
Okay.
So when I play this shotgun, I'm not the type of guy that puts a scope on it. All right.
I put a thermal.
I run and gun with it.
It's a target finder from Black Ops 2.
I don't put any scopes on it, and I usually do it only for close range, like you're supposed to with a shotgun.
Yeah.
So when this update happened, so I'll go ahead and pull the article up right now. It's from Forbes.
Forbes is doing
Forbes is
Call
doing
of
a
Duty update articles.
article.
4B.
But
Does it make money?
They just basically all they did was reduce the range for it. So it really doesn't even apply to me. Yes, I have had some times where I'm aiming and I shoot somebody really far away and I'm like, I don't understand how that
Oh, I
killed
shouldn't
that
have done
person.
that. Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
I almost feel bad.
I'm sorry.
But it's like,
Please retract my point from the score.
whenever I see somebody far away, I'll switch to my main weapon, which is my M4. I'll switch back to that.
Yeah.
Which they also nerfed the M4.
No, I don't.
Made it super close range.
I'm not giving you serious shit for using the shotgun because in Black
my KD
Ops
went up a
3
lot, okay?
and Black Ops 4, like, that was my main. Jeff, my cousin, plays a lot of Call of Duty, and he saw me just camping, and he was like, no, man, you gotta get a shotgun. I was like, my reflexes are not fast enough. And he was like, no, do these 4 things. So I did those 4 things that he said.
Drink a monster, and then what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to look at Game Informer magazine.
Okay,
You gotta read one of
that was
those.
step 2.
It's got to be 3 months old at least.
And so I got the perks and the attachments that he said, and then started wrecking people with the shotgun.
Yeah.
So
Ping
I
words.
know how fun it is to run around with a shotgun.
Yeah, it is. It is really fun. In hardcore, I use a pump shotgun as my secondary because I can I always do whenever I play with my friend. There's usually like one house on the map that we wanna take over. So I say Operation Clean House, and then we'll just both go inside with pump shotguns and just wipe out the whole place and then just camp in the windows.
I hate shotguns. They're just
Why?
Because
I never
it's a
used
ping
it.
battle.
I
It's
never
who has
used
the
a shotgun
faster
in any
internet.
other Call of Duty.
That's not even the sound that it makes.
No, it's a ping battle because of the faster internet.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not like ping,
Okay.
ping, ping.
You're shooting like
Pellets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's because like when I used to play first-person
What
shooters
does
on
that
my
matter
computer,
to me?
Well, because
Like-
if you have faster ping, you have that much more time to react to anything. And if I'm like maybe 500 ping or like say my usual 2000 ping, I have to wait 2 full seconds before I even see you. And you've seen me, it killed me, and I'm going through the kill cam.
And you're like, what?
Yeah, and then I die.
Wow.
Well, that sounds a lot like it's your problem.
No, because
and not my problem.
If it's not just like instant like gut reaction shooting, like you get to like position yourself in a way that you know that they're going to be open.
Look, man, I'm not looking for a fair fight. Like that's not why I'm here. Colin's telling me
Listen,
they nerfed the shotgun.
that's Medal of
now
Honor.
I'm
All they did was
playing Call of
reduce the
Duty
range.
again.
It didn't take away damage or anything. It's still pretty OP. Like even after the update, I was still using it, and I was like, I didn't notice a huge difference. Some people made a video. They're like, it's still broke. like this is after the update. Like we still need more.
Right.
But
Turns out they took the sniper rifles range
they
down.
actually buffed my hardcore weapon though, the FAL. The FAL,
yeah.
just because it's a one shot in hardcore.
The FAL sucks.
But what they did is they reduced recoil and increased aim down sight speed. So it's just gonna be even more OP in hardcore now. So
Fucking A. It's
What?
already
Reduce
basically
recoil.
a one shot,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
In hardcore?
In hardcore.
Yeah.
So now it's just going to be even more and quicker, faster aiming down sight speed and reduce recoil.
Rachel really likes
It's just
the FAL too.
You're just beaming people at that point.
yeah. But I'm not accurate enough. Like give me an LMG. I can't fucking hit
No,
anything
that's
with
my.
the FAL.
That's why I switched to hardcore because it's like I always do a good job of hitting people.
Yeah.
But like, for some reason they always kill me. It's like I shoot them first, but somehow I always end up dead.
That's
so
the
I'm like,
ping wars.
Hardcore. Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what it is.
So that's why I started doing hardcore. So I start shooting people first. Now guess who's on top?
Guess who's on top?
Guess whose KD is at a 1.1 right now? Not super good. Not super good, but it's above average. So
What's your ping or your
my
KDR?
1.1.
That's one death, one kill, isn't it?
No, it's just
1.1,
over.
just over kill.
one
You
and
have more
one.
kills than deaths.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're
Positive's
good.
not bad.
Which no,
All right.
most
All right,
other
Colin,
Call of Duties
all right.
I was able to go positive. This one I had such a hard time, and then I just figured it out, and now I'm starting to do better.
Yeah.
So
Well, I think the map design has something to do with that because Rachel and I were reading through some of the reviews on this game because this game has like a 2.5 star rating on Xbox Live.
Out of 5?
Out of 5.
Yikes.
Wow.
And like that, like people on Xbox Live are such assholes.
they are.
And
You rarely ever find anything rated well.
yeah, and it's so unfair the stuff that people are complaining about. And to me, reading through a bunch of the reviews, I was looking at it specifically to get content for the show.
Yeah.
And a lot of them were like, well, the map design sucks. Well, I think the map design's fucking awesome.
Yeah, they're
I
probably
think
just upset about the spawns.
Right, the
Like-
spawns are not great.
Yeah,
and
which
they have never
they
been
just
great.
fixed them.
Did they? Okay, that was part of the
supposedly
update.
did. Yeah, that was part of the update.
Well, before I get to my segment, what else was coming in this update? Sorry.
The M4, like I said, they nerfed as well. They increased hip spread, so when you're firing from the hip, it spreads a lot more, which isn't as accurate.
Right.
And decreased headshot damage.
Okay.
So that sucks.
What does he mean by nerfed?
Nerf means like a Nerf gun.
Okay.
They
Take a real
basically
gun,
make
turn it into a Nerf gun.
Make it a Nerf gun. They bump it down. They bump its stats down.
Cool.
They
make sure.
They had fixes for the riot shield. I think it says about explosions in certain situations. Like people will get hit with an RPG dead on with a riot shield and they won't take any damage. I'm like, dude, there's no way.
No, it's a riot shield. What are you talking
so
about?
dumb, dude.
No, it's a riot shield. Have you ever punched a riot shield?
Punch is different than an RPG exploding.
Maybe for you, Boomer.
Oh my gosh. One thing they fixed that I'm actually happy about is they adjusted the footstep sounds.
Okay.
When aiming down sights and crouch independent of speed.
Sounds like this.
So like when you're crouching, it doesn't make as much loud noise as it would if you're sprinting. Which
Okay, that makes
for a while
sense.
They would. And they also took out the people shouting, "Contact! Contact!"
That one I
dropped
saw.
my contact.
Contact!
Help me find
So
it, guys.
dumb, dude.
It's on the ground.
And like I don't half the time when they yelled that I don't even see who
Yeah,
they're
I'm like,
talking about. Like
wait, yeah.
contact. Oh shit! I guess I'll duck
Too
down.
late. It's
like
too late when you hear
somebody
it.
can see me.
It's too late when you hear it. It doesn't even matter.
It's like a monster.
Right.
When you hear contact, it's already too late.
Oh my gosh. They spawn tuning while playing Team Deathmatch and Domination, and that's on Piccadilly, the London map, the one with all the buses. I hate that map. Based on the flag positions and everything,
Yeah.
it's just so hard to get around that map. Everybody's shooting long range. You can't get up close at all. So I'm happy that they fixed that. They also, they fixed the flag adjustments. B flag is now near the buses instead of at the center fountain.
That one needs like an underground area where you don't
It
have
does.
to be outside.
It does have an underground area. There's like the subway.
Yeah.
Underground that switches across the map.
Does it?
Free.
Yeah, but there's only
Okay.
like one or two people that ever go down there.
Okay.
Like I went down there one time. There's a dude in a ghillie suit. I'm like, why are you in a ghillie suit?
You want to buy a
in
watch?
the subway? I want to buy some death sticks.
I guess I never made it into the underground area, but it seemed like the snipers would be less likely to be down there though.
Yeah.
And that's what I always get sniped in that map because people get on top of the buses and then just snipe.
What I want them to fix is the like the crossplay mics. Like whenever I hear somebody on Xbox, they sound normal, but when
Yeah.
somebody's on PS4, it's like holy crap! Sounds like you're talking through a walkie-talkie.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Over.
it's tough. I think they need to fix that. It's like I'm sure it wouldn't even be that hard of a fix.
Yeah.
I mean, I would imagine so, but it could be. Who knows?
Is it just server MacGuffins, probably?
well, it would have to do with the way that the Sony chat interfaces with
Yeah.
Activision servers as opposed
And
to Xbox.
I also think that they should put Discord on Xbox One and PS4 because that
Like
would
an
make
app?
it. Because then you could just have
You could just chat
do
through
party
Discord?
Chat.
Yeah.
All around party chat instead of us having to talk through Call of Duty lobbies, which
That
is
is a good
stupid and
point.
cuts in and out every now and then.
right. So if you wanted to party up with your PS4 friends,
Yep.
you could chat through Discord.
Yeah, chat through Discord.
Yeah.
And people are like, you
Makes
can just do it
sense.
on your phone. I'm like,
Yeah,
I have a
true.
headset and I need to listen for people's footsteps and
Right,
stuff. I'm not gonna have
right.
my phone.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna take
on
off
your
my
other
headset.
ear?
I don't have that good of surround sound, and if
Yeah.
I did, you would hear it through my phone. Like this,
I always-
it's not going to be good at all.
I always do
don't
the
want to hear
ghetto
your
thing.
TV through my phone either.
You can actually plug your phone into your to your headset, and it'll play right through.
I have an iPhone, so that's a little harder to do.
No, you can. Like
Man, why weren't
they
you
have
guys paying
attachments
attention?
that'll.
Can I charge my phone and do it at the same time?
Listen, beggars can't be choosers, Colin.
Oh, so I'm super excited to see where it goes. A lot of people are complaining about how it's not as fast paced as the other Call of Duties. I'm like, dude, I want that though. Like,
Yeah.
why are you complaining
Yeah.
about it being more slow paced and footsteps and all that? Like, I want it to be more realistic and
Not ADD.
not as arcadey as we've talked about.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, it needs to be the classic Call of Duty gameplay. No, it doesn't. Like, I'm tired of that.
Yeah.
I think that's why they released COD Mobile, because that's the last of, like, it just puts all the arcade games in one.
Right.
It puts
Like,
you
they
in,
have all
some
the old
sort of, like,
maps.
fever too when you get like when you've been playing Call of Duty for long enough and like you're like the really fast paced stuff. It puts you like on like some sort of like twitching like spazzy mode that like. At least for me, when I play it long enough and I'm just like in some sort of weird fever dream, just like trying to react to everything. I don't know. Do you get that?
I kind of get what you're saying. But there's like a moment, like And when I die a lot, I get really angry and I start screaming a lot. So my friend was like, dude, why are you being so quiet? And he looked at Scorpio. You have 30 kills? So I'm like, dude, when I go quiet, that's how you know I'm doing good. I'm just so focused. I'm just like, I'm just getting it.
Don't fuck
Every
this
once
up.
in a while, I'll whisper something under my breath. I'm like, yeah, you take that guy. Take a shotgun to the face. Contact. Get wrecked with my shotgun.
So I took some screenshots of the best reviews that I found on Xbox Live. And
What, like funny or
for
like...
anonymity purposes, I will not reveal the names of the people that wrote these.
You wrote these, didn't you?
I did not write any of them.
Okay.
But also, you can't screenshot reviews on Xbox, so I just take pictures with my phone.
Oh, man.
Take
Ew.
pictures of my TV.
Copyright.
That's pretty pleb, I can't lie.
Yeah,
Copyright,
sorry,
alright.
guys. So this is review 1. The title is Pissing Blood. Campaign is going to make you fail No Nut November, but the multiplayer will make you cut yourself. I've already been hospitalized twice for going too deep. Fucking A.
Wow, dude.
Yep.
I've heard a lot of good things about the campaign. I haven't played it yet. I think I started it, and then I went to go eat dinner. I was like, I'm going to play multiplayer.
Well, it'll make you
We're still
fail
talking about Call of Duty.
No Nut November.
Yeah.
I'm talking about reviews of Call of Duty.
The
Yep.
companion features, ooh la la.
Okay.
All right. Next review. Dumpster Fire.
Dumpster fire.
Dude. that
Had
sounds
very
like
high
fun.
hopes for this game. This dumpster fire could not be drowned out with enough alcohol, which, no, that's not how alcohol works. 'cause
I think I
it's
found his
flammable.
real problem.
I would rather be tied to a chair with a battery and jumper cables on my nipples than have to play this game any longer.
What is wrong with people, man?
He's
I
just
don't
trying
understand.
To be he's just trying to be big funny. He doesn't even
Like,
hate the game that much, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
he probably gave it 5 stars.
These were, I think the
He's a
first one was a
masochist.
3-star review, and that one was a 1-star review. This is the last
Oh, man.
one, but this is the longest one. This is the title. I'd rather slam my balls in a car door repeatedly. Reasonable spawns? Question mark. Nope. Balanced guns? Question mark. Not a chance. Decent maps? Think again. If you enjoy getting absolute butt raped as soon as you spawn over and over and over on the same 3 maps over and over, then boy, do IW have a game for you. I think that just means
It's not my
die.
fault you suck.
That's always been a thing. If you're bad at games, obviously you're not gonna have a good time. Like, for sure. Every game that I've played that everybody's been like, oh, this game's the worst. Like, they're just bad at the game.
Shoot someone in the face 9 million times, they'll still turn around and smoke check you like you just tickled them.
Vibe check.
Constant spawn trapping in maps that completely are set up to do it, and God forbid you get out of a spawn, the first building you'll walk into, you'll run into 37 claymores, a tent, a campfire, s'mores, and some dude camping in the corner with a double barrel or an M4, and you'll get killed by some guy camping in his own spawn with a sniper. If you compare this to the original Modern Warfare 2, or Black Ops, and think it's as good, you're an idiot. And please don't reproduce. I don't understand how you take 10 steps backwards, but Infinity Ward and Activision has achieved it. I'd rather spend $60 in GameStop stock than buy this.
I disagree highly. Like I said, it's not my fault you suck.
Yeah. But I mean, the car door thing, I'm all for it.
No, that was one thing I was gonna add. How are you gonna slam your balls in a car door? Tell me.
Can you not
Explain.
imagine that?
I was trying to
Explain.
visualize.
Yeah,
like, how
I was trying
you
to
would,
visualize.
I'm like,
how in the world would that even happen?
like you just like
Look up a video.
just like
Wait, don't you hate it when it happens by accident, though?
What are you talking about?
Oh, and the guy that gave it that, the slam the balls in the car door,
4 stars.
5 stars.
oh,
No joke, I'm looking at it right now.
What?
Wait, the one that he just wrote that super long review?
Yeah, that super long review. The last one. Wait. I'm sorry. Just 1 star.
Oh, okay.
It's a screenshot of a screen. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, like, what a troll.
Yeah, I was like, that's hilarious.
So it's sitting right now at a 2.3 star rating on Xbox Live with 357 reviews, and it has percentage 53% 1-star reviews. So over half of the reviewers have given it 1 star, and not all of them are that in detail, but most of them complained about the map. Some of them complained about the spawns. Now, I'm not sure where I land on this because I definitely got spawn killed a lot, but I don't want to just be like, spawn kills are a thing that always happen, because I think it's absolutely a thing that could be fixed. So it's still a thing to legitimately complain about. I don't want to brush that off. It's still a fucking problem.
Yeah. They added a new map.
Okay.
It's called Shoot House. It's a little smaller than normal.
Okay.
I didn't play
Then
a
the
lot
new
of it.
normal,
I
you
probably
mean?
played like 2. Yeah. I probably played like 2 matches on it, so I didn't play a lot, but I don't know how to really explain it. It almost seems like you're at a construction site and people are like building houses or whatever. And
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really know how to explain it. It's a really weird map, but
Is this the same game?
it's the same game. Yeah, it's the same game. It's just
I think you were playing Bob the Builder. I think you downloaded that on your phone.
Let's build
Dude,
it.
how did you
Wait, so
literally think
like
of Bob the
you
Builder?
could literally build stuff in that?
No.
Uh-oh.
What
This
is going
Fortnite
on right
3.0.
now? Yeah. You can start building. You can build a house while someone's shooting at you.
Okay.
That's why I
Make a
hate
living.
Fortnite.
I
hate
honestly,
Fortnite.
like
I
as he
always
was
wanna-
talking about the reviews.
Don't
and,
bring up Fortnite ever again on this podcast.
Okay, I'm not gonna talk then.
So 20 years ago.
It was actually something from Fortnite.
Oh,
No,
go
go
ahead.
ahead,
Go ahead.
Malcolm. Sorry.
Are you gonna kill me?
Fortnite sucks. I'll get that out. Go ahead.
Maybe.
Okay. I was just thinking for people that aren't good at the Call of Duty, that if they had something like Playground where they could just go and it not matter if they're good at the game or not, and kind of. But I don't know what that would look like. For
Oh,
Yeah.
It looks like a
fair.
kiddie pool is what it looks like.
Yeah. That's what it
PP in the
is.
pool, little kids.
When I was talking to Jeff, he asked me how I liked the new Modern Warfare, and I told him I liked it a lot. Jeff's my cousin, and he loves Call of Duty, and he really liked Blackout because he likes Battle Royale games. And he said, I hope this game gets Battle Royale soon. And I kind of told him, like, it probably won't because there's already campaign, multiplayer, and Spec Ops, and you only get 3 ever with a Call of Duty game. So in Black Ops 4, we got multiplayer, Blackout, and Zombies.
Yep.
So there's only ever 3, and then they expound upon the whatever 3 they have in there. Now, I don't think we'll get campaign DLC or anything like that for this new game, but one thing, and we talked about this on the last episode, that they're doing that's different with this Call of Duty is that it will have a battle pass. So he said it's rumored to be coming whenever the battle pass comes. So,
I'm not sure, and I also kind of don't care.
yeah,
I wouldn't. I'm not that excited for Battle Royale mode. Like Blackout, I barely played.
really.
The only Battle Royale game
I don't
really
like
ever
Battle
played was
Royale.
PUBG.
Like, that's kind of on me.
I played a ton of PUBG. I put a lot of hours in it.
Yeah.
That was fun, but that's the only one I ever really played and had interest in playing. I mean, I tried Fortnite. The building aspect turned me off immediately.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
wasn't good at it.
Right.
And I just hated it.
What
Like I
about
said,
Apex?
You're shooting
we
at
talked
somebody.
about being bad
Apex,
at
I played a
games.
little bit of. I didn't put a lot of time into it, but
Okay.
I enjoyed it. It wasn't bad. It's more of a it's less of a teamwork game. Like even if you spawn in a squad of 4, you're better off going alone almost than with a group of 4 people in Apex. That's almost what I've noticed, because like a lot of even streamers you watch and things like that, they'll always end up going off alone and just picking off people. You don't really work together as a team as much.
In Apex?
In Apex,
okay,
yeah.
Literally the only game I can think of, like, shooting-wise that actually involves teamwork is, like, Siege. I'm thinking
Siege,
Call of
yeah.
Duty,
Yeah.
you're by yourself. Fortnite, you're by yourself. Even PUBG, to a certain degree.
I mean,
like,
when I played with the squad in PUBG, it was a lot of
teamwork,
a
like
lot of
calling
teamwork.
out
Like
stuff.
somebody in this house, let's head up north and calling out numbers, and actually like someone's on your 6. You know, like literally things that you're just calling out like it's war.
I mean, with the exception of, at least for me, like Gears co-op, Gears Horde mode is certainly
That's
you
true.
have to work together to beat that mode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, certainly, I guess there are exceptions I didn't think about. But for Call of Duty, I've never thought of teamwork as being anything
It's
involved
true.
with that.
Yeah.
I mean, like this new one, me and my friends will. I mean, a lot of time we had like a squad of like 5 people going the other day, and we're like, hey, everybody, meet at A or B and cap this, cap that. Like, I mean, that's really it. I mean,
Right.
you're not really going side by side running in though. Like sometimes they'll say, "Hey man, I'm right behind you."
Contact.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard you.
I heard
You don't
you,
have
man.
to yell it in the
You
microphone.
don't have to talk in your microphone. Your character does it for you. I already know. Like even when I say somebody I'm right behind him, he's like, "I'm on you." Like I'm like,
Doesn't
"All
that,
right."
Doesn't that inhibit like sneak or like stealth in Call
It
of Duty?
doesn't. It does. The other team, I don't think hears you say that though.
Oh, okay.
Well, I thought that's why they stopped. I thought that's why they
No.
nerfed it.
No, I
No?
don't think the other team hears you.
Okay. I was
I'm not
under the
sure.
impression that the other team could
Maybe.
hear it, and that
Maybe
was
I don't know.
You like you
why
like,
they were like, stop
you're
having
trying
your
to sneak
character
up-
yell some shit.
you're trying to sneak up behind someone and you just contact.
Oh, grenade! Throw the grenade!
That's one thing I hate about
Can
COD.
someone
Not
see
not
me?
that like it's like the game itself. It just happens to be my luck. I'm like peeking at somebody for a while and they don't peek me back, and then I peek to go throw a grenade, and of course that's when they decide to
Right.
shoot me.
Right.
I'm like, dude, I was looking at you forever, and then at the right when I go to pull the pin, you're there. I'm like,
Oh my!
every time,
They
man. It's
heard
almost
the
like I
pin
just
pull.
don't want to use grenades anymore.
They heard the pin pull.
They heard the pin pull. He's like, I'm peeking.
I just hate trying to throw the grenade and not get hit by my own grenade.
I've had that happen. Like
off
one day,
off a telephone pole. Like I peeked around a corner to throw it, and for whatever reason, when I threw it, it hit the telephone pole, bounced back at me. I decided not to duck back into cover, and was like, "This isn't gonna end well."
Yeah, the trajectory of the grenades is kind of weird, I
Yeah.
think. And I guess maybe I'm too used to Gears where you can see how the
path.
grenade's going to bounce. And yeah,
It's hand-eye coordination. What can I say?
between me and the computer, like,
Sometimes
I was,
doesn't it kind of feel like that? Sometimes you kind
I
of just
mean,
like
I
calculate the
suppose
arc
so,
a little
yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
I'm sure practice would certainly help. I didn't play enough multiplayer to, but the couple times I did throw a grenade, I like, yep, hit the side of the door. Like,
Yeah.
God damn
Well,
it.
there's the other. It's like last week, I think. You can open and close doors in this game.
Yes, correct.
And,
Yep, we talked about that.
The door was open and decided to pull the pin on my grenade and cook it for a little bit.
Yeah.
My friend shut the door.
Oh.
There's two people. It was hardcore too. So friendly fire's on.
Yeah.
So there's two people surrounded by me, and then my friend starts running the opposite direction.
Can't believe that.
Down the hallway, the only way out, and I'm like, all right, sorry, man. And I threw it out. I'm like, you shut the door. Like,
Fucking dick.
I had to take you out, man. Like, otherwise I'm going down with two people and I'm kicked from the game. Like,
Right.
I'm sorry, man. He was like, I get it. But it was hilarious. He's like, why'd you shut the door? No.
Man.
That is
Yeah.
pretty
And then
funny.
one time I was having a really, really rough game. And I was like, what? I was like, well, I'm just going to throw a grenade in this room and hopefully I get some kills. Bounced back and killed me. I backed out immediately. I was
Yep.
done. I was like, out.
Fuck this
Shut off
shit.
my
I'm
Xbox.
out.
Opponent has left the match.
I barely ever rage quit, but every once in a while I'm like, my KD is going to crap. I'm already losing.
Right.
I'm just going to back out and take the loss stat because it's not worth it. It's
Right.
not worth getting wrecked.
That's the opposite of
We-
my like
no, we wrecked-
philosophy in video games. It's like hurt me.
We wrecked a team so bad one time. We only got like, it was like first start, we got like 10 kills on them, hit 0. They all quit. And it says enemy is forfeiting in 10. It started counting down. We
Nuh-uh.
won. We won in 10 seconds.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was like, all right, cool.
That's awesome.
See, I play games where it's like I'll fight one guy and then he'll beat me. No joke. I've lost count. It was like 50 times in a row. And like think like Mortal Kombat or something like that. 50 times in a row. And I was like, no, maybe this time. Maybe this time.
I'll
Maybe
get
this time.
ya.
And I think he maybe let me win.
You like even just watching your gameplay up there, like you are quick just to jump right into the action. Like,
Well, I mean,
that same area of the map, like I'm off to the side, like trying to like blow up like some of the.
oh, the cans. I did find the cans later, the explosive barrels. Like, it's like, oh, there's a lot of these around.
Yeah, and there's like little
This
land.
might have helped me.
Yeah, I
Yep.
just hit one guy and then they all came running at me and I ran away into the fields. Nope, could have used those explosive barrels
No.
for sure. Oh,
I've been
man.
trying to get some of the other NPC, like the other enemies, to like battle. So you have the Marauders and then the Primals. I've been trying to get those to fight each other,
Right.
but they have territories. Back to Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Territories. I don't know. I just laughed at that. Like
Well, no, like there's a certain
how
cutoff
they
point.
marking their territory here.
Primals just pee.
Yeah, it just smells
Yeah,
like
yeah.
piss. Are we done with Call of Duty?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
It's a good wrap.
All right. We'll be right back after this quick break, and we'll bring you some news. Also, goodbye, Malcolm.
Bye, Malcolm.
Malcolm.
I'm Michael, the host of the semi-monthly podcast In a City Like Yours. Join me as I chat with interesting people with interesting life stories. You can listen to the podcast on all major podcast platforms, including Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, and TuneIn. You can follow us on Twitter at IACLYS Podcast, as well as on Facebook and Instagram at In a City Like Yours Podcast. Please feel free to let me know what you think, and keep coming back for the many interesting stories in a city like yours.
All right, and we're back from break. Sorry to see Malcolm go, but he had to goodbye. So just me now in the camera shot for those of you who are viewers of our podcast this week. All right, so we are going to get to a little segment we call The News!
Breaking news with the Idiot Savants.
So, first bit of news this week. BlizzCon happened.
Ooh.
BlizzCon.
And we are a little bit past BlizzCon, but they always release shit to talk about, like interviews and stuff like that after the fact. So I didn't really want to cover BlizzCon as soon as it came out because I didn't know how much there would be to say for us.
Yeah.
But GameStop put an article up regarding Overwatch 2 because Overwatch 2 was announced at BlizzCon, and to me that was probably the biggest news because while I have not played a huge amount of Overwatch and don't like it, it is a very influential game to Paladins.
Yeah.
So anything that happens to Paladins or happens to Overwatch usually happens in Paladins as well. So the first news article that I want to cover, this is from GameSpot here, James O'Connor. The title is Overwatch 1 and 2 sharing content was a hard sell, but the director believes it's good for players. So all new characters, maps, and modes will come to both games. So this is weird, and I think the primary driver for this is actually Paladins. Because Paladins is basically Overwatch, except it's free to play. And all new content just comes to...
Isn't Overwatch free to play?
It is not.
No.
It is pay... Well, not pay to play, but like buy to play. So
$60 game.
$60 game. Rarely goes on sale. I think the cheapest I've seen Overwatch 1 is $30.
No, it went cheaper. It went to
Did
like
it?
20 for a while there.
Okay.
Yeah. I almost got it, but I didn't.
Good choice.
Almost
honestly.
should have.
Good choice. Good choice not to. So what they're doing here, it is an unusual sequel in that it introduces all the new characters, maps, and PvP modes will also be added to the original Overwatch on all platforms. Overwatch 2 will feature an exclusive campaign mode with PvE combat and a story that will delve deeper into the series lore. Player versus everything combat and a story that will delve into the game's lore.
No, I heard you. Like,
Okay.
100%. Like, it's just... I'm trying to think of like how a campaign would go. They definitely got colorful characters that they could definitely like flesh out some more with stories and stuff. Like, because they even got the cutscenes and stuff for the Overwatch characters to kind of like give them a little bit of a backstory. I'm sure. At least that's what I've seen, at least in memes. Yeah.
Well, if you remember right, before Overwatch came out, this was originally a game called Titan. I think, don't 100% quote me on that, but they were making this an MMO. Like the Overwatch characters and the lore and stuff like that, they wrote that as part of another game. And then just decided to scrap that whole thing when they couldn't make it work for whatever reason. And then thusly was born Overwatch. So they made it a character shooter instead of, which wasn't even a genre when they first, before Overwatch, character shooters weren't a thing. And it's been really influential in...
TF2?
Yeah,
That's a character shooter.
I suppose, but not exactly, because that's a class-based shooter.
What's the difference?
I guess the difference would be a character shooter has individual characteristics and like many different. There's classes in Overwatch,
Dude,
but there
this guy
are
didn't
multiple
watch
characters in
Meet the
each of the
Sniper.
classes. Does that make sense?
I think so.
So, yeah, they kind of like class-based shooters have existed for a long time. Like TF2 has been around since 06. Like,
Yeah, it's an
long
old boy, yeah.
long time.
Since Wallace and Gromit cursed the were-rabbit, basically.
Oh my gosh, I remember that.
So, I want to talk about this getting a campaign mode and a story because that's just like
PvE sounds weird. Like, I'm trying to think, like, are they going to have it like kind of like a Halo thing where you're walking through, like, just sort of like, not necessarily like linear, basically, dungeon, and then you got to clear out the enemies or something to get to a checkpoint.
And would it
Or
be
is
different based on which character you play through the campaign
Yeah,
as?
there's a lot of characters.
Like, yeah, you're talking, what, 20, 25 characters, I want to say?
I'm wondering if it's going to be like a wave thing, like your horde mode in Gears, maybe like that. Mainly that.
Well, yeah, if it were a wave thing, like, then after maybe 5 waves or whatever, you move to a new area and get a little cutscene as to what happens in between that.
I'm seeing this play out a lot like Halo for some reason. Like a lot of get to the checkpoint, hold off enemies, kill all the enemies, get to the checkpoint, and then story ensues with cutscenes and such.
Okay. I mean, that wouldn't necessarily be like
A bad
a
thing.
horde thing.
Oh no,
But-
I'm meaning like horde. Well, I mean they just incorporate horde where you just get to a linear point and
Okay.
then it's horde mode.
Yeah, I mean, that would be what a traditional campaign is structured on. Like, make your way through a map, fight your way through, maybe have a little bit of a boss battle at the end
Games are
to
simple,
move you
dude.
into the next area. Like,
Dude, we can make a game.
Yeah, let's make
no, we
it.
can't. I cannot.
could.
I'm not
It'll
capable.
be called Crazy Train of Thought.
Yeah, where you're a train and then you get then there's a lot of little trains you got to beat up.
Is that me? Am I representative of the
We
big
will
train
buy-
beating up the little trains?
We will buy Thomas the Train.
We'll buy the rights.
Oh, okay.
And we're going to get Obsidian to make
And
our
then
game.
the Thomas the Train intro music will be our intro music.
All right. All right. My dad, by the way, he listened to the podcast and he said, I listened to your podcast and I think your intro music should be the opening riff of Crazy Train by Ozzy. I said, Dad, we can't
would.
do that.
Can't do
We
that.
would. We would if
Let
we
me talk
could.
to Ozzy real quick. I know
Yeah.
we've been...
Let me text him.
I even talked to him. I couldn't understand what he was
talked
saying.
to a guy I know named Post Malone, and
Yeah.
apparently Post Malone made him famous. So
Yeah.
maybe I'll talk to Post.
You
and then
talk to Posty and
He'll-
see if we can get
he'll probably-
Ozzy.
Yeah, he'll talk to Ozzy
Listen,
because Ozzy works for Post now.
Yeah. Listen, Ozzy, put me through your boss. I can't understand what you're saying. Sharon, he fucks.
So sorry, Dad. We can't afford the opening riff of Crazy Train by Ozzy. This is a.
I mean, if you know a guy,
If you know a guy, yeah, let me know. Ozzy, if you're listening, we would love to use that guitar riff.
but
so.
please learn sign language before you do.
Okay, so moving on here a little bit. It goes on. It goes the other way as well. All cosmetics you've unlocked in the original game will carry over to Overwatch 2. This is not a standard model for a sequel, blah, blah, blah. The game's director, Jeff Kaplan, told Kotaku Australia that it is very challenging because the industry has done things the same way for so long. And it's hard to get people, push them out of their comfort zone and say, hey, I think we could do it a better way. Kaplan said that convincing people at Blizzard to do this meant explaining how it would ultimately benefit their players. I try to tell them if we do what's right by the players, they will be happy. We will have a better game and we will end up in a better place in the long run. He believes that cutting off players from the first Overwatch to quote unquote make that game just sort of die on the vine is the wrong approach. I always try to come at things from a player-first standpoint, Kaplan said. Ultimately, this model will allow Overwatch 1 and 2 to coexist and will allow for crossplay between the two games.
Whoa,
So
that's a weird thing to do between sequels. Even
that is a
Like,
weird thing. So like, it's odd of them to even call this Overwatch 2
If they're just
at
going to
this
have
point.
the games merged together. It's
Right.
Like, it's
Why wouldn't you just say this is DLC for Overwatch 1?
Or just strip it all and just say Overwatch in general. Yeah.
Like Overwatch the story or whatever. Like
Story
you could
mode
probably
by
have
Telltale.
story mode. Story mode for Overwatch is basically what this is. But how, as a consumer who pays for games, how can you say like, okay, wait, I'm gonna get everything. I already own Overwatch 1. I'm gonna get everything from Overwatch 2 except this story mode. Even if I wanted to play the story mode from Overwatch 2, I don't know that it would be worth it for me to pay another $60.
It's just $60 because you did
We're
say
assuming,
that they get all the
assuming,
gun, like all the characters that there might, everything included except for story mode is essentially
the
what
story
you might
mode
get
is
crossplay.
Correct. The story mode is the only thing that's exclusive to the sequel.
That does sound like they should have made a deal. Unless there's some brand new but wait, there's more something coming.
Yeah, maybe that's coming, but this says, not according to this anyway. So new characters, maps, and PvP modes will also be added to the original Overwatch. Exclusive campaign. Now, one thing it does not mention is cosmetics. So possibly there are some Overwatch 2 exclusive cosmetics coming to the sequel that you will be able to show off for players of the original game.
And sadly enough, that's worth $60 to some people.
Maybe. Yeah. I put at least that much into Paladins multiple times over. But I think,
we all know you're sick.
I think this is coming to, the only reason that this exists, Overwatch 2 exists in this way, is because of Paladins. If they don't have a free-to-play competitor, then there's no way that this, they'll just greenlight this as a standard sequel.
Can't believe this guy's such a Paladins fanboy.
Whatever,
He
man.
is
That
a
game's
Paladins
fucking
fanboy.
awesome. I love Paladins.
Never even heard of it.
Fuck off. You
I
have
played
to.
3 or 4 rounds and never really played it. Well, then again, I was playing on Nintendo Switch.
Switch
Yeah.
is not ideal to play
Yep,
on.
I agree.
When they released the crossplay thing, Rachel and I played a few rounds. I played on Switch and she played on Xbox, and I was in the bed. She's playing, I can see her screen. We weren't even far away from each other, but just the thumbsticks don't feel right.
Yeah,
The triggers
they don't at all.
feel right.
So
and
weird.
Yeah, I can sympathize. Yeah.
So, yeah.
But
But this is a weird thing for them to do
do you
with
get-
Overwatch.
if you get Overwatch 2, I'm assuming you get everything Overwatch 1 included too. So it's not like you get Overwatch. Maybe you get more.
That does not say. So Overwatch 2 is an unusual sequel. All the new characters, maps, and PvP modes will also be added to the original, but it doesn't say the other way around. So it doesn't
So
say
don't
if you
buy
buy Overwatch
Overwatch
2, you'll get the original game.
Do you want a deal, but rather you'd make more if you didn't take it?
If you're just playing the original Overwatch for PvP experience, you won't miss out on anything if you don't upgrade. So, it doesn't specifically say cosmetics, but it says you won't miss out on anything if you don't upgrade. So, fucking A.
Yeah, let's see where that goes, I guess.
Yeah. This is a weird thing.
Experiment.
I don't
Yeah.
know that this is really going to work, but
Maybe it will.
kudos to Blizzard for trying it. Maybe enough people will be like, I have put enough into Overwatch 1 to want to spend more money.
They probably had a think tank. They're like, maybe the psych and the R&D guys say the numbers
Right.
crunch.
They
So
say
the
this'll
numbers
work.
crunch. They'll say it works. So let's go for it.
Let's hope. Let's hope this works. Next bit of news, they announced Diablo 4. So not a huge amount to say here. We didn't get a lot of details
It was
on
a
the next
cinematic
Diablo.
trailer.
Cinematic trailer for Diablo. It's like
Which-
10 minutes long.
Honestly, the cinematic trailers for that franchise and just Blizzard in general are
Oh, man.
juicy. They look like movies, dude.
It did look like a movie, and I kind of wanted to see where that went next.
Honestly, if Blizzard, if you want to just make a full-length feature motion picture, you guys got the studio, obviously. You've got the tech for it. You're just worried about runtime at this point.
Right.
Which, if you make enough money with this game...
Oh, because the World of Warcraft movie worked so well, right?
Oh, never mind. Forget that. Forget everything I just said. you don't have what it takes.
No. I mean, they probably do. They didn't make that movie, and they should have.
Scratch my previous record. If you want to make a movie just straight CG like that, I'd probably watch it.
That is what it should have been,
really
and it
cool.
wasn't, and it was a bummer.
I scratch on beautiful because downright this trailer was creepy.
Oh yeah,
Creepy,
Yep.
spooky. It got me in the spooky mode because honestly, I felt a little uncomfortable at the end because it's a little sacrilegious, and I was like,
it is. Yeah, I mean, there's pentagrams and
well, there's
hell,
triangles.
and
they get as close to the cake as possible without crossing the cake.
Jeez.
But like, definitely, it's influenced, but it's not the same thing.
So what it kind of reminded me of was, so Diablo 3 was the last game, and I'm not like. There's not a lot of gore in Diablo 3.
And not as much as 2, I would say.
And I think they kind of went a little bit more vanilla with it in order to get a wider fan base.
Oh,
and I think in that way,
there's a joke about that. So like,
Yeah.
in number 3, there's a mode. Like in number 2, there was a mode where you could fight cows and stuff like that, and like this secret level. And in number 3, there's a secret level that they did. Everybody was saying it looked like a cartoon. Number 3, and so they made it this like big cheery sunlit, like rainbows in the sky, and everything's gushing and smiling and flowers and stuff like that, and there's cows obviously, but yeah, they basically took that joke and they ran with it. That's something.
but I
cool that they
agree
did.
with people's assessment. Like,
It's a cartoon.
there's
basically.
not a lot of hell in Diablo 3, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Did you play all through it?
Not all the way.
Okay,
So-
it gets to that in the
Does it?
latter stages. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was probably why I didn't see any of the hell. But I think the trailer for Diablo 4 seems, at least to me, pretty heavily influenced with something like Doom. Like, they went big on the hell stuff in Doom, and
Oh, yeah, they
I
did.
mean, Doom is primarily about that anyways.
That's the setting, you could say, of
But-
the whole story.
But I think that, like, probably Blizzard looked at the success that Doom had, and people like weren't afraid to like buy into that as a fictional
theme.
setting.
Yeah.
You know?
They weren't totally like off.
Yeah, they weren't
off-put
off-put by it. And a lot of people embrace it like, this is badass. Like, it's cool fucking, smashing demons' heads in with my knee while I'm playing that game. And it's super gory while you're playing.
Wait,
like,
while you're playing
chainsawing.
the game?
Yeah.
Not even.
Hear me?
hold on,
No,
wait.
I'm not. I'm also smashing demons' heads while my character on the game is. Do you guys not
all
see
right.
those? There's one right there.
I don't take drugs while I play video games. Sorry.
But no, I think that Diablo 4 is very much inspired by things that they saw happen in Doom and the way that people responded to the Doom stuff.
Be in that cup.
I'm not peeing in that,
in that
cup.
cup.
That's my favorite cup.
Spell I cup.
I will not.
He
I will
almost
not.
did.
I refuse.
Kotowaru.
What do you think, Sam? You watched the trailer.
Yeah, so obviously I already heard about like how it was a little sacrilegious and put me off,
Yeah.
but like it reminded me of that DLC they made for 3 involving the Grim Reaper. So like obviously I think in number 3 it was a lot more like fire and brimstone and like a bunch of red themes, and then like the death one it was like kind of like a grayscale smoky, I don't know. I got like sort of like a darker, so not necessarily like chaotic in number 3, but really dark and sinister in this one. And it seems like probably gore's gonna play in a huge factor, considering like, did you see like that cape at the very end? Like,
yeah,
the big
it's a
blood
flesh cape
Yeah.
made of people's flesh.
This one's gonna be gory.
Ugh.
I think this one's gonna be gory. If any of them are gonna be gory, it's gonna be this one. What was I thinking? I was thinking me and my brother were watching it in the beginning, and there's a character in the beginning who looks like this. He looks like one of the characters from number 2 and number 3. His name is. It's something. He's one of the main protagonists, actually, an NPC.
Okay.
He's like sort of like an angel that loses his wings. And we thought it was him at first, but he's like, wait, this guy isn't tall enough, and he wouldn't get his butt kicked that easily. He's still pretty powerful or something like that. But he turns out he's just a scholar, and these 3 characters. Do we want to just run through the? No, they've seen the trailer probably. Do we want to run sort of like?
I mean, we can run through it just quickly, kind of
so
summarize a
there's
little bit.
these 3 adventurers, going through a dungeon, and something's following, some spooky stuff, some like basically goblins, it looks like. really spooky looking boys, and they're going they were basically want treasure, and one of them wants knowledge, and they're just looking. They're dungeon raiding, and so they get to this wall, and they're trying to look for the secret password, and like a Skyrim puzzle pops up. It's like, well, if we rotate these the right way, no, it's like if you spill your blood on this plate or something like that, the doors will open.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure because like one of them got sealed behind because like they got backstabbed, like the door was closing and they're like, there's not enough time, and they closed the door on him. Do you think he was like this character all along that ended up being like this big bad that wanted to unleash this? You think he was the whole time?
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought when it was playing through. I was like, oh, that guy's the.
He did say we need him,
right?
So I guess it does make sense. Yeah, whether that's gonna come into play in the story or not, I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just go ahead and assume that this is the opening cutscene from the game, and that you'll go on from here.
Perhaps, yeah.
Or that basically, where it goes from here, I don't know, because what you see at the end is pretty much, one of the guys is left, right?
Yeah. So the two are strapped or like pinned to the pillars, and they're bleeding pretty hard, all technically for some reason.
Yep.
And then you've got the last guy who's kind of resistant, and he's persuaded or dissuaded, I would say, into sort of like willingly giving up his blood.
Right.
And so then then what's her face kind of like forms out of this flesh cape that spins in between this blood mesh.
Something with an L.
Yeah. Something weird, something kooky.
Yeah.
But yeah, she spins out of this like some sort of like spidery flesh cape sort of thing, and it totally freaks me out. Totally, like I felt uncomfortable watching.
Yeah, it was a little bit cocoony and like felt almost like Spawn in a weird way.
Oh, I could see that with the big long cape.
Yeah. And then she just ascends from where the flesh cocoon was, and the cape is draping around her, and
obviously final boss.
That was gross.
Yeah, heebie-jeebies.
Yep.
Definitely final boss.
I would think.
I would say, yeah.
Yeah.
Although they did do the thing in number 2 where I think the namesake of the franchise, he was not the final boss. Because I think you fight him in every one. You fought him in 1, 2, and I'm pretty sure 3. Yeah, 3 you did. But in number 2, I think there was another character at the very end you had to fight. But this girl, I'm thinking probably final boss material, if not just like, oh, maybe she's the main character.
Well, you play as her. Yeah, it's not to save the world, it's to enslave the world.
That would be a fresh take on the franchise, honestly. Yeah. As far as I can say, spooky, and I won't play it because it's too spooky.
Yeah, I mean, will you really not play it? Like,
unless my brother wants me to play it. My brother's big into that franchise.
Yeah.
He's very big into that franchise. He played so much 2 and so much 3. He still kind of gets me to... He made me buy 3, and then we played through it. Honestly, he is, like, legendary at that game. He knows all the little tips and tricks and where to get all this stuff. And, like... So think about, like, waves and stuff like that. Like, wave... Imagine playing zombies and, like, what you're supposed to get to and as far as waves, and, like, quadruple that. Like, there's, like, things like wave and levels in number 3 that you can, like... It's like dungeon crawling, but you get deeper and deeper, and the levels get harder and harder.
Okay.
Where you think like the game is like, okay, you've come far enough. This is about as far as you're getting. Like he goes like, okay, now we're starting to get started here. Now we're getting warmed up, and we go even further. Like it's almost like the computer doesn't supposed to count that high as far as levels, but he gets there, and I don't understand how. He gets like him and a neighborhood friend of mine, his dad, and yeah, they have a good time. I think he'll have fun with it. He's excited. He was.
Oh yeah, I bet. Yeah, I bet he's excited. Yeah, we move on to the next news.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, next bit of news. Continuing on with our video game news. This comes to us from Kotaku Australia. Xbox One is getting a shuffle button to let you go through your backlog at random. So.
I don't understand that.
There is a new Surprise Me button that will be added to Xbox One's game library, Microsoft announced yesterday on Twitter, rolling out first for players in the Xbox One Insider Testing program, which I am a part of. The Surprise Me button will allow the indecisive player to select a game randomly from their library to play.
I like that.
That won't work.
I need that.
The button doesn't automatically launch the game, according to testers, so you still have the option to go back, taking another spin, or 10 of the roulette wheel until you find the game in your backlog that you didn't know you wanted to play. Even if you just end up going back to Gears 5 or some other game you've played hundreds of hours already, it can at least be a fun little game of let's remember some video games.
Yeah, honestly.
So
I need that button, man.
there's a picture here showing the way it looks on the screen, and basically in your game library screen, there's a little present-looking box that is the surprise me button.
Ooh.
So
I need that in my life right now.
this is cool.
There's a lot of games that I'm like, I don't know what to play. Boop. There you go.
Bingo, surprise me.
I'm terrible at making decisions sometimes, and that's what I need in my life.
So I have
I
been
need that for restaurants.
bouncing back and
I don't know
forth
what I
in
wanna
between games,
eat.
but I'll also like scroll through my library and be like, I don't know. What do I want to play? So this surprise me button is something that I could see myself using. Like maybe not every time, obviously.
It takes a little bit of discipline. If you're gonna press it, of course you're gonna like spin it 10 more times.
Right.
If you don't know what you're gonna want to play, you gotta spin it once, play that game.
Play that game. And yeah, I think I agree with the discipline thing. You'd need to say like, okay, is the first spin, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to play that game.
And if you can't pick a game, it's probably because you don't want to play video games at the moment. Like that might be a thing actually. So like, do you ever feel like you have an indecisiveness about which game you want to play, and then you end up just shutting down your computer?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I do that all the time on my Xbox. I spend 10, 15 minutes scrolling through when I could have been playing a game for those 10 or 15 minutes.
Netflix.
And then I don't play anything, and then
YouTube.
I go to bed.
Netflix or YouTube usually.
Netflix, I'll do it too, yeah.
Can't really. There shouldn't be really an app shuffle though, because
Right.
it's
Right.
like you're gonna pop up an app that's like you don't really use.
So it's noted
funny.
here, the Game Pass already has a similar shuffle button that randomly selects one of the hundreds of games that's in the catalog.
That's
But it
cool.
makes sense to expand that to the rest of the player's library. I think that's a good call. It's just kind of something that, like, considering the fact that they've been giving away games on Xbox for years, and I would say a good portion, if not all of those that they gave away, are backwards compatible. So when you take into account backwards compatible plus games that I've purchased,
There's a lot of them.
I probably have 400 games on my Xbox. Like, there's just a stupid amount that I could be playing.
Not to mention Kingdom for Keflings. Yeah.
And that is on there as well.
Why do you?
Pretty sure that's Rachel's game, but whatever.
It's a demo. It came with the Xbox. It's like sample music.
It's like sample music.
I would say I would like that for Steam, but at the end of the day,
I'm surprised Steam doesn't already have a thing like that.
honestly, you just go in and mini, miny, mo, catch a tiger, buy his toe if it's not downloaded yet.
It's not downloaded yet.
Yeah, I would assume that the Xbox would... I don't know. I guess it would have to choose between games that are downloaded and not downloaded, because if it includes Game Pass games...
That would solve the problem. Don't play games not downloaded.
Right. Okay, there's only 10. Got it. That's a pretty small shuffle.
Looks like I'm playing Call of Duty again. Or Gears for your case.
Call of Duty again. All right, next bit of news. This comes to us from Cinema Blend. This is in regards to the Game of Thrones creators quitting Star Wars. So they were originally supposed to shoot a trilogy of movies for Lucasfilm, and so as DB Weiss, whatever, David Benoff and Dan Weiss were originally supposed to do a trilogy, and then after the final season of Game of Thrones, people were like, "Don't let them fucking touch Star Wars," and then they signed an exclusivity deal with Netflix, they signed a $250 million deal with Netflix. And then after that, Kathleen Kennedy, who runs Lucasfilm now, she's the chief, basically said, you guys are no longer making Star Wars movies. So this is to quote her
I kind of
here.
want to say that to her.
I agree. Don't let Ryan Johnson or these motherfuckers touch Star Wars
exactly.
again.
I really
Ever.
liked whatever the second one was.
The Last Jedi.
yeah,
Last Jedi. I really liked it.
Good for you. Let's not talk about it right
Yeah,
now. Move on.
Yeah. All right, we'll move on.
No,
David.
I
so
understand. I understand.
David Benoff and Dan Weiss are incredible storytellers. We hope to include them in the journey forward when they are able to step away from their busy schedule to focus on Star Wars.
Can you imagine just like the real reason is they were like spitballing in pitch meetings and stuff like that, and they're like, okay, so we want Luke to actually come. Oh, we want Luke to come back to life, and then a dragon pops up. And they're like, no, shut
Dragon.
up about the dragon. All right. Anyways, Luke pops up, and then we kill him. Right? We kill the main character. No. Please sit down. If you do that again, we're gonna ask you to leave.
And then these two characters, then Rey and Kylo get on screen, and then they start fucking.
Listen.
Wait, no!
Due to your busy schedule, we have now canceled all meetings. Don't invite them.
Yeah, it is.
Don't invite them back.
It is Game of Thrones after all, so it
Right.
would not surprise me at all if they rated R Star Wars movie.
What?
Oh man.
Oh man, the lightsabers are now just like real swords.
What?
They're not even like cauterized
Right.
wounds anymore.
Yeah, they don't cauterize the wounds. Well, they didn't.
They're just
they
bleeding
did
all
in
over
4.
the place.
One guy, that guy that got his arm chopped
Yeah.
off, blood.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, plot hole.
That was, before lightsabers were established as lightsabers.
And that was before the Force kick.
The fick.
The fick. That's what we're calling it now. The fick.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna
Force
fick you.
kick.
So I'm glad that they are not getting a trilogy, though.
Yeah, I don't want to
'cause
see more
I
people ruin
don't-
Star Wars.
Yeah, I just want somebody
like when
to
I heard
treat
Jon
it-
Favreau was doing the Mandalorian, I was like all for it.
Yeah,
Like,
for
Jon
sure.
Favreau is
He's a great director.
he's an awesome actor too.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Happy's like one of my favorite characters. just in
Incredibly
general, yeah.
talented all the way around, for sure. And so The Mandalorian, you watched the first half of the first
Half of
episode.
the first episode, yeah.
How long are the
Pretty
episodes?
awesome.
45?
Yeah, about 45 minutes.
Wow, full.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now-
I'm impressed.
They are releasing this one at a time,
One at a time,
right?
yeah.
Not dumping it
Almost
on.
like one weekly, I believe.
Okay.
Almost. So it's almost like a typical TV show. But
So
there's only
you've-
6 episodes.
You're all signed up for Disney Plus then.
Yep, I am. I got the free trial for a week.
I don't want to ever hear
So,
about complaining about
I have
Disney
Hulu. I have a
encroaching.
Hulu free trial going on right now too, so I can watch Letterkenny.
Nice.
And when that goes up, I'll probably do the little Hulu ESPN package for $12.99 a month
Yeah.
with Disney Plus. So we might
Right.
do that. Which I don't know if that gives you Hulu without ads, which I really hope it does.
Yeah, Hulu with ads sucks.
It does suck. Yeah,
Sucks super
You
bad.
can't do that.
Yeah.
Intro, then cue ads, and then after that, cue plot point, then cue ads.
It's a
YouTube.
lot of ads.
Loading
It's
one
a-
of 2 ads.
Yeah.
What?
What?
Stop.
No skip button? Are you fucking kidding
They
me?
get cheeky. And then they're like 1 of 5 ads, and then the ads don't load for some reason. They're like, guess we better show the ads again.
No,
Yep.
I hate it when you're in the middle of a YouTube video and the whole video is buffered. And then an ad pops up, and then like for some reason the connection gets crappy.
Yeah.
And then you go back to the video and it's buffering. Like
Yep. Fucking great.
Like the whole video was already loaded. The ad wouldn't have popped up. It would have been able to watch the whole thing.
Yep.
Anyway, back to Star Wars.
Okay. Next bit of Star Wars news. This will be our last bit of news here, folks. This comes to us from Polygon. Lucasfilm changed Star Wars Han versus Greedo scene again for Disney Plus.
Make up your mind.
Oh, what did they do?
So,
Please
they,
tell me
they
it's Han
shake
shot
hands,
first.
and then they.
Please tell me Han shot first.
so
Oh gosh.
let's okay. Let's see. Here we are.
Well, you've seen The Matrix, right? So Greedo fires a
Do
bunch
they have
of
a video
shots.
of it or?
So there is a new change to the original Star Wars. Han Solo's deadly confrontation with the bounty hunter Greedo on Mos Eisley Cantina is yet again slightly different. The 4K transfer of A New Hope now shows Greedo saying an extra bit of dialogue, which is strangely not subtitled,
Where did they
and now
get it?
Han and Greedo fire at each other almost simultaneously. Also, the shot of an awkward dummy of Greedo has been removed entirely.
I mean,
So
that's
that
good.
was the
I guess
the
that's-
death scene, basically,
that's-
to show him dead.
Yeah, that's better than what it was,
So
in my opinion. have to see it,
Greedo
though.
on YouTube, you can still watch the special 1997 special edition of A New Hope where Greedo shoots first,
Stupid.
and then There is also a side-by-side revised 2004 special edition that compares the original to the 1997 version. Basically, Han and Greedo shoot each other nearly at the same time. And then, like we said, the version on Disney Plus that syncs their shots. Han still does the awkward neck shift that to coolly avoid Greedo's blaster fire. Here is a still of that moment from Star Wars Disney Plus cut. All the other changes you know and revile, the computer-generated Jedi Rocks performance of Cy Snoodles and the Max Rebo band, Darth Vader's goofball no scream from Return of the Jedi, and the cut and pasted rock formation that R2D2 hides behind in A New Hope are all right here on Disney Plus. Of course, there are alternatives if you deeply care about the supposed purity of the original Star Wars trilogy, but for now, Disney Plus is a good, if not ideal, place to see a Star Wars. That was quoted.
Okay.
Wow.
I thought you were just goofing.
That was not me. I was not goofing.
Again, you boomer.
The thing is goofing here.
Yeah, I'm a gamer. I watch Star Wars.
I don't like the changes that they've made. The scene that they're talking
Greedo
about.
shooting first.
Honestly, just no changes.
Yeah, fucking
true.
vanilla this shit. I don't give a
Yeah,
fuck.
that's what
Why
people
do we need
like.
to change it?
Literally, if you're
It
gonna
was
do it, just
good then,
remake
it's
it.
good now.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I'd eat some vanilla ice cream, for sure.
Yeah,
It's closer to Han shot first, but it's not quite there. Closer.
I agree.
It's a step closer.
They're
agree.
gonna have to wait for the next remake.
They're gonna remake it again. Be like, all right, we listen to you, fans. Han shot first now.
Or not remake, but remaster.
Just take the original clip. Don't even like make it like 4K. Don't even make it look good. Just have
They have it
the
sock
original
puppets,
clip, the black and white video of Han shooting first.
black and white video.
Yeah,
What?
I don't know. They
Did
should
Star
make
Wars
it black
come
and
out
white.
in black and white?
Some shots
I
were
don't-
made. I think some shots were in black and white and added color.
Really?
I mean, that's how you did a lot of special effects too.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I don't know.
I could be completely wrong. I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
Shooting in the dark here. Shooting first in the dark.
Careful. I'm gonna do a cool little neck dodge here. Yeah, you can't shoot. You can't shoot me with bullets.
All right, you guys ready to get out of here?
I'm ready.
All right. Yeah, you guys got to go home and go to bed, and
Go
then
home, go sleep.
I'm going to work on the podcast a little bit more. But we have some new music to feature this week. We're going to ride out to White Lies and Palm Trees by the Love Pools. You'll hear this song playing in the background. It's dreamy and punchy, and it's like they don't have a lot of synthy music, but this is one of them. And I really like this track. I've been listening to this track all week and in preparation for this segment.
Oh, there you go.
And I love it.
Bust out any moves?
No, I don't dance. What the fuck? I don't dance.
So offended.
We hope you like it as much as we do, and you can check it out on the Crazy Train of Thought featured playlist on Spotify. You can check them out at the Love Pools on Twitter and on Instagram. You can also find them on Spotify. That is where we found them, and their links will be in the show notes to this episode. We are also on Spotify. You can check us out on there. Our social media links are in the show notes for this episode as well. Check a look at our website, crazytrainofthought.com. You can also find us on Patreon, patreon.com/theidiotsavants. You can email us if you have any questions, comments, concerns, feedback, criticism. We'll take it all at theidiotsavants@outlook.com. And please, if you leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, you will be merited a sticker.
Yeah, and rate us 5 stars. if you can.
Please rate us 5 stars, but I'll also take whatever
Yeah.
rating because I just appreciate feedback.
Yeah, for real.
Lastly, you can find our video podcasts on our YouTube channel as soon as we start to post them because we're weeks behind. So, we'll talk to you guys later.
Let's get out of here.
See ya.
That's all, folks.
Way better.
Wow, better. Was that peaking?
Right.
It peaked when we clapped.
Yeah, we're like really loud clappers. Clap.
Yeah.
Boy. K. All right.
Wait, I want to clap too. It is my turn.
Golf clap. Don't keep that sound bite.
Right?
Yeah,
All right.
we all heard it. Stop.
That's not clapping.
Or is it?
It rhymes with clapping.
Yeah. Okay.
Malcolm. Yeah.
We're putting that at the end of the episode.
Okay.
You should.
Slapping?
Yeah, totally.
Is that it?
Do you not know what it is?
No, I get it, but I don't understand. I'm pretty sure
It starts-
clapping is the
It
word.
starts with an F.
Fapping.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was like, flapping?
Yeah. What was that laugh? Sounds like a grenade. Sounds like the M16. 3-round burst.
Sorry.
And that's our transition to Call of Duty.
Okay. No. All right. We'll just come back from break.
Otacon.
Okay. Pause here real quick. I just got to look up the artist's.
Where can I find ammo for the PSG-1? Otacon. Medpack.
Are you gonna be okay?
Metal
there,
Gear.
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
bro? Is that supposed to be snack?
Is that supposed to be snack?
Is it snack?
I'm solid snack. Eat me up.
The snack that smiles back.
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
Liquid. What are you drinking? Liquid.
Liquid.
Not if it's a Wendy's
And
Frosty.
I think it's in Metal Gear 4. There's just a random scene of just Snake screaming, "Liquid!" Like, it's so like he doesn't even do anything. Like Liquid punches him, and then like Snake basically just looks up into the sky dramatically and goes, "Liquid!" When he's
You're
right
telling me
in front
Liquid's
of him.
an actual name of an actual
Liquid is his
character?
clone. Yeah, he's his evil clone.
Liquid Snake is his name.
Yeah, Liquid Snake basically. Solid Snake, Liquid Snake. Gas Snake. No.
Plasma Snake.
Plasma Snake. Liquid.
Ethereal Snake. And then we've got
And then there's Naked Snake.
Lightning Snake.
Naked Snake's the original.
Nako Snako.
Nako Snako. I'd never played any of the Metal Gear games. I just know a lot about it.
Revengeance. That'd be very fun and cool. Youngest member of the podcast. Everybody.
He said the youngest member of the podcast.
You okay over there, Ryan? What's up?
This is terrible.
Why isn't this turning on? Why are you sleeping?
Fishy.
I got that reference.
Thank you.
Here you go.
All right. Ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll just talk about the outro then.
Okay.
All right. Are you guys ready to finally get out of here?
Yeah, I've had enough.
Yeah, me
Yep.
too. I'm
Go home,
tired.
Go bed.
Gonna go to bed.
Go home.
Gang.
Go bed. Go sleep.
Some of us got to work in the morning.
Yep.
Haha, if you call it work.
You don't.
I don't.
He's got to work on podcast stuff though.
Yeah.
Very important.
But he'll probably sleep in regardless.
Will you turn that down a little bit, Colin?
Turn what down?
Turn the music down. Because we're going to talk over it.
Okay, there we go. Oh.
Turn it up a little bit. Up a little bit more.
That good?
That's good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
little bit more.
I don't know.
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.